State Championship football team that was coached by Don Riggs, assisted by Roger Callahan. After 7 full quarters of play.
We get set for this matchup between the Jonesboro Hurricane and Searcy. We'll get you right to all the action and break it down here in a minute, but right now, ongoing on the field right now, a special tribute to the 1972 Jonesboro Hurricane State Championship football team is underway. We'll send you over to PA announcer Aaron Lowe.
46 years since this historic game was played, a sign has been placed on the scoreboard in the East End Zone. This was also Jonesboro's first state football title. Thank you to Centennial Bank and Jimmy Alexander for their contributions to this project. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the 1972 a big welcome back to Cooksey Johns Field.
And once again, big time ceremony there, the 1972 Jonesboro Hurricane State Championship football team, and obviously an interesting story there for that football team playing that game in absolutely terrible field conditions. The game went multiple overtime quarters, really before there were even overtime rules. Freezing rain, muddy, hazardous field conditions. They decided the game was actually too dangerous to play. And keep in mind, this was 1972, well before we have all the rules in play now. So they ended up calling that game a tie. Both teams declared by the AAA as state champions. So tonight, them getting their moment of glory is a presentation going on now in the end zone of this 1972 championship team. And after 46 years since the historic game, a sign will finally be placed on the scoreboard in the east end zone of the stadium. So again, big congratulations to the 1972 Golden Hurricane State Championship team. A night to remember. Certainly a rainy night, but good to see that the members of that team have been able to make it out. Again, getting you set for all the action here at Hurricane Stadium as the 6-1 Searcy Lions make their way in to take on Jonesboro, who currently sits at 4-3. Good matchup tonight against two of the top teams in this 6A East Conference. Certainly a big thing for them coming in tonight. Randy Coleman leads his team in 4-1 in conference, and Mark Kelly leads his team in at 3-1. Looking at the standings, of course, the 6A East Conference, West Memphis is at the top. Both teams coming in tonight have fallen to West Memphis relatively recently. Jonesboro's in second behind them at 4-1 in conference. Searcy enters at 3-1. So this game has the potential to decide the second place in the conference and could eventually be bigger if somebody can find a way to knock off West Memphis in these next couple of games. So once again, big 6A East football matchup coming your way here from Jonesboro as we honor the 1972 championship team here. We are currently about 10 minutes away from game time. We appreciate you joining us in on Tubetown tonight, and we'll get you set for all the action when we come back.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking, only at First National Bank.
Once again, welcome back here to Jonesboro High School as the Searcy Lions come into town here. Big 6A East matchup. These two teams fighting for second place in that conference. I'm Blake Gwynn. Andy Maness will be on with me here in just a few moments. You can see rain is falling here in Jonesboro tonight. It is cold. It is rainy. You take a look right now at the 1972 Golden Hurricane State Championship football team. Head coach, of course, was Don Riggs. He was assisted by Roger Callahan, Jim Haney, Mike Dungan and Doug Cobb. Team played what is known to date as the longest game in Arkansas sports history. We told you about that just before the break. They are being honored tonight, finally getting their place on the scoreboard. And as we take a look, you can see, goodness gracious, look at the rainfall. It is nasty. It will certainly have an impact on the type of game that we will see here tonight. Two teams that obviously can throw the football. It'll be interesting to watch them go on the ground tonight. Again, 6-1 Searcy and Jonesboro at 4-3 so far. Both teams tied in the second place conference. Searcy actually kind of a half game back. They have already had their bye week, and so we'll see these two teams take the field tonight. Again, big time matchup with the rain falling down here in Jonesboro. Great rendition of the national anthem there. And once again, here at Jonesboro High School, as we get set for this big matchup, great rendition of the national anthem there. In the Rain by the trombone. Can't stay out there too long, obviously. Now he's playing the alma mater. Blake Gwynn alongside with you. We are joined here by Andy Maness, who will be doing our play-by-play, calling the X's and O's for us here tonight. Andy, rainy, but we're going to have a good time.
That's right. And as you mentioned, both teams like to throw the football a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how this weather is going to impact both of these squads. Obviously, Searcy loves to sling the ball around, got a nice little quarterback. I mean, you got to wonder if they're going to be able to do that tonight with the wet conditions. I mean, you see right there on your camera, you talked about it during the ceremony, how much rain is coming down, and it's been raining here for the last, the last couple of hours, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it has. It's been raining. It picked up right about the time I got to the stadium. It's continued to rain, and it's cold on top of that. And you have two guys, two quarterbacks that'll throw the football around quite a bit, and we should see that. Searcy, obviously, with Peyton Wright at quarterback, 1952 on the passing yards, 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Very similar numbers. Cross jumper, he has only about 1,280 yards, but 13 touchdowns with 8 INTs. So two teams that have passed the quarterback, passed the ball quite a bit. But with this rain, that is obviously always a factor. It's not heavy, but it is enough to be a little bit of a nuisance, and these two teams do have the ability to run the football as well.
Yeah, it's consistent, I think, is more so the point. It's not, like you said, not necessarily heavy, but it is consistent. And, you think about the running game in mind. This is not new turf, but you know that turf, it kind of loses some of its quality whenever it's raining like this. And so you're probably going to see players out there trying to plant and cut and probably slip quite a few times out there.
Absolutely. And, of course, it makes a little difference with the 1972 team who played in freezing rain and sleet and everything else is watching you going, this wasn't anything. We played on mud. We played on dirt. And
what are you guys complaining about?
What are you guys complaining about? But it does make a difference. We will see that be a factor here tonight. And this is a huge game between these two teams. Again, West Memphis looks really tough. Be hard to believe anybody would beat them at this point. But this one is a potential second-place decider there, and that seeding's really important when we get into postseason play.
Yeah, West Memphis with an away game tonight at Jacksonville, and then they finish up their year with a home game against Pine Bluff. That will be a tough contest, even though both Jonesboro and Searcy have defeated Pine Bluff. But then they get to finish out their year on the road at Mountain Home. So, again, like you said, tonight's game likely going to determine the number 2 seed, but with a game tonight, 2 more to go, West Memphis still has an opportunity to stumble. So anything can happen here as we get ready to head down the home stretch of the regular season. We still got about 4 minutes left before the teams take the field for the opening kick. Let's continue to kind of break down both of these teams. You look at Searcy, we talked about how they like to throw the ball around. Man, they really like to score the ball too. They've outscored their opponents this year 253 to 144. That's a 36 points per game average on offense and only giving up just a shade over 20 on the defensive side of the football. You look at Jonesboro, their defense playing pretty similar, only allowing just a shade over 20 on the defensive side of the ball, but about 10 points shy of that average when you look at them on paper. Jonesboro only averaging about 26 points on offense this year. So, but we've talked about it here throughout this pregame segment. Both teams have a very similar play style. So we're going to see how all of that shakes out here tonight as both teams are out on the field for the opening coin toss, or for the well, there's only one coin toss, you know.
Yeah, well, they could do a second one if we go 7 quarters, maybe like the 1972 championship game.
No snow tonight, though. Hopefully.
No.
None of that in the forecast.
Yeah, big. I'll tell you, when you look at these two teams, they're kind of seems to be Searcy has a little older, a little more experienced. When you talk to people about this Jonesboro team, there's no question that there's talent there, but you'll hear that they're young. And that's exactly what they are. But when you look at the way this team has grown from the way they started the season to where they are right now, it's very impressive to watch a sophomore quarterback, a big-time sophomore running back, come in here, do the things they've done. Again, you talk about Jonesboro, they're young, but they're getting there.
Yeah, they had those 2 back-to-back losses, and both of those, I think, really kind of got this team into gear. I mean, you look at that game with West Memphis. I mean, it's 35-14 the final, but they still didn't play a very poor game. They held West Memphis to only 92 rushing yards in that game. That's a huge accomplishment.
Absolutely. And that's as tough of a team as they're going to face all season long, as we see that 1972 championship banner there. Just such a cool story as we get set. Looks like the Lions are getting fired up. And, boy, you could see the rain falling now. It's not bothering them, though.
No, not at all. They're out here to have fun, as are we, and we appreciate you joining us on this soggy Friday evening here on Tubetown. About 2 minutes left before opening kickoff tonight here in Jonesboro. We're going to step aside for one more quick breather. When we come back, we'll start the first quarter alongside all of the fans here in the rain. We're back with more here on Tubetown, live local from Ritter Communications.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hoke Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hoke, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery. You're going to love
Hubbard & Hoke Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Welcome you back to Jonesboro. Andy Manus and Blake Gwynn here with you on this Friday evening as the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane take the field in front of a somewhat packed crowd here tonight. The fans that are braving the elements are all huddled up close together because it is a bit chilly here tonight. Right around, I think, 55 degrees I saw headed into the stadium. So a little bit chilly, a little bit rainy, but again, a number 2 playoff seed on the line and potentially a share of the conference title should West Memphis stumble somewhere along the way, with the final 3 games of the year being played out. 6-1 Searcy Lions ready to, it appears, receive the opening kickoff this evening. And Jonesboro will kick it away. Gotta love their uniforms too, Blake. This the blacked out uniforms with the white letters, red trim. Those are pretty sweet.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. I tell you what I love even more is the officials in the ponchos.
They've got trash bags draped over.
Is that a
them.
thing now?
I guess. I don't know if I've ever seen.
Is that a new thing? I've never seen that.
I don't think I've ever seen referees in ponchos before.
Well, I love the spirit of it. Luckily, it's easy for us to talk about not wearing a poncho.
Yeah,
we're inside and we're dry and we're warm. But again, that is a factor. In all seriousness, it's a big factor tonight. And we're going to see how these two teams play. And we're about to find out.
2 men back deep, standing on their own 10-yard line to return this opening kickoff for Searcy. And for Jonesboro, Garrett Childers bringing on the opening kickoff. Here we go. That will go into
Big
the
kick.
far corner of the end zone. Really good kick at the high school level. Don't see
Absolutely.
touchbacks too often.
Yeah, big kick for him. Gets him off to the right start. Gets a good field position for his team. And now we see Jonesboro's defense come out and see what they can do against a very tough Searcy offense.
And once again, Jonesboro giving up about 20 points per game this year on defense. And again, gave up 35 to West Memphis last week, but only allowed West Memphis 92 rushing yards on the ground. So see how they fare tonight against the Lions. One back in the backfield. Pass out to the 30-yard line, caught and a gang tackle. He'll be brought down near the first down marker, and on that reception was Tanner Leonard.
You find Peyton Wright, big-time pass play right there. Tanner Leonard, the leading catcher for the Lions so far this year, and they go right to the air despite the rain.
Not taking any time getting on the football either. Tony Young in the backfield. Wright's going to take the snap. He'll hand it off to Young, running to his left, and brought down by his shoulders, but not before the first down.
Tony
Young. He
Young.
got the first down on the last one, so it'll be a pickup, and in 2nd and 7 coming up.
Tony Young getting his first carry of the night, had 110 yards against Pine Bluff, so he's looking for a repeat of this performance.
Another 4 wide receiver set. Jonesboro's got some players out of position, but they're going to get on their man now, as now Searcy's got the play. They're ready to go. There's a handoff to Young, running to his right. Got a lot of running room across the 40, first down, as he is tripped up at the 45-yard line. And once again, the Lions will move the chains, their 2nd first down here on the opening drive.
Mentioned Tony Young coming off a great game against Pine Bluff, and he's right off to a good start again, picking up that first down.
Yeah, had 193 total yards last week against Pine Bluff, scored twice against the Zebras. Now here's Wright with a little bubble screen here on the near side. Brought down by his neck at the 50-yard line, a pickup of about 5 through the air, so 2nd and 5 coming up. Searcy looking like they got some rhythm working here on their opening drive.
Bubbles everywhere on that play, and it worked just like you wanted to. Picked up about 5 yards. They've got momentum going now. A Hurricane defense needs a stop here coming at them.
Lions have the play. Hurricane going to bring 3 down linemen. Fake the handoff. Little out route caught at the 45-yard line. Once again, Leonard on the reception. His 2nd here on this drive, and I believe he's going to move the chains again. They do.
Very well executed short passing plays so far for them. Just execute them. Passes are well thrown. Hit the guy right in the spot. It's able to pick up the yardage that they need for another first down.
Yeah, this has been a methodical march down so far on the Jonesboro 43-yard line now, with about a minute and a half gone by. There's the snap, but a whistle will blow it dead as Young was taking the handoff right up the gut. Little contact, little jawing back and forth there. Hopefully all in good spirit, and it will be an offsides call on Jonesboro. So they'll give the Lions a 5-yard advantage there. They'll replay the down. Now 1st and 5 coming up.
That's not what they needed. They look like they finally had their own stop, and once again another 5-yard gain, this time without even having to run a play for the Lions, and they just continue, as you mentioned, methodical march down the field here. Big play again for the Hurricane.
One back in the backfield, it's Young. He's going to take the handoff right up the gut. Full head of steam. He makes his way all the way down out to the 30-yard line. Actually make it the 28, I think, is where they're going to spot him.
Good blocking here for the Lions on the front side. Watch them open the hole up just where they needed. Even missed a little bit of a block, still got away with it, and that dude just busted it right up the middle.
They're getting close to the red zone are the Searcy Lions. 3 wide receivers here on the near side. Fake the handoff, little slant route, caught by his feet, still on his feet inside the 5-yard line. What a catch.
Wow.
By the Lions.
I don't know if that's Griffin Love. I don't know, did he actually catch it with his feet? Let's take a look at this, because it looked like he did.
Hackey sacked it on the way up there.
Right off his feet. Right off his feet. Good catch. And now they are knocking on the door.
And taking no time now, they'll put right under center. He hands it off, running to his left, trying to bowl over a Jonesboro defender. Might have picked up a half yard, but Tony Young can't find the end zone.
Big stop there for the Hurricane D as they are up against the wall here and come up with a big stop. Just 2 more of them.
8th play coming up on this drive. Again, the I formation, Young the back in the backfield. Wright takes the snap. He's going to power it forward himself. Gets a little push from behind, and they'll cross the goal line. Searcy Lions touchdown with 9:06 remaining here in the first quarter.
Fitting finish for that entire drive. Just slow, methodical, and they finish it off with just exactly what they needed, a power punch right into the end zone to take a lead and command the momentum early on in this football game. Good, solid drive there for Searcy.
And now on to attempt the extra point, I believe, is going to be Peyton Wright. Takes in the touchdown. He's going to attempt the extra point kick as well. He'll put it through the uprights. So 7 points, all for Mr. Peyton Wright, and the Lions are out to a 7-0 lead over the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane. 9:06 to play here in the first quarter on Tubetown, live local from Ritter Communications.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
Andy Maness and Blake Gwynn back here with you at Jonesboro High School. Golden Hurricane awaiting the kickoff for their opening drive. Just gave up a 2-yard touchdown run to Peyton Wright. 7-0, the Searcy Lions lead. There's a kick muffed at the 25-yard line. I think the Lions might have fell on top of it.
Moment of truth. Jonesboro does not need this, and they do have it. Boy, breathe a sigh of relief there, Cane fans. That could have been really bad in a hurry, and they get it back with relatively decent field position, and the pressure is on the offense here to get that momentum flip back around. Boy, they did not need that.
No, not at all. And you might have saw a combination of misplaying the ball and the weather coming into play there. You misjudge the football and then trying to jump on top of it. The turf is wet, so it's kind of like trying to catch a greased pig there.
Yep. Should have worn his poncho.
Was a greased pig skin, as a matter of fact. There's the snap here on 1st and 10 for the Hurricane. Running to the left across the 25, now the 30, 35, 40, 45. Bowls a defender over as he steps out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. And on the handoff there for the Hurricane, I believe that was Mitchell Thomas.
Big run there for Thomas. Just what Jonesboro needed to get some momentum coming back on this drive, and they're marching down the field.
Jonesboro back on top of the football, ready to go now. 1st and 10, split tailbacks in the backfield. Muffed snap. That one went right off the hands across Jumper. Right into his hands and right out of him.
Yeah, and again, we talked about that weather coming into this game, but in the end of the day, you're going to have to find a way to deal with it. Searcy marched down the field with no trouble passing it most of the way. Jumper just can't find the handle on that. It was a hard snap right at his hands, but again, this weather will play a factor tonight. That probably won't be the last time we'll see that tonight.
Thomas will make his way off. Got a wide receiver coming onto the field now. Kendrick Bates lined up in the slot over there. Far side. Jumper will hand it off. Running right up the gut, trying to find that 45-yard line is Albert George. Try to gain some of those yards back on that missed snap, but it'll still be 3rd and long after the handoff.
See if the Canes decide to go to the air here, 3rd and long. Again, watching the weather. The ball is slippery and wet, and this is a throwing down for them. See how they play it.
You can see Cross Jumper wiping his hands off on the towel in front of him. 3rd and 13. Shotgun formation. Drops back, looking to throw. And had a guy at the 40-yard line looking to get with Kendrick Bates. And I'll bring up 4th and long. Gonna have to punt it away.
Yeah, had an opportunity for a connection there. Bates did have a pretty decent look at the pass, but again, I think Weather had a little trouble on the quality of that pass, so they're forced to punt here after a promising start.
Yeah, he couldn't quite fit it in there like he wanted to, and so the Hurricane punter comes out, standing on his own 30-yard line. One man back deep for the Lions, standing on his own 15. 7:42 left to play. And a strong defensive stand there by the Lions here in the first quarter as that punt rolls out of bounds. It's at about the 18-yard line. A 3 and out for the Hurricane, and now here comes the Lion offense after a very methodical drive on the opening drive of the game. 8 plays, 80 yards. Took about 2 minutes, 45 seconds off the clock.
And we'll see if they can keep the momentum they have going. Certainly right now everything has gone right for them. Things have not gone as well for Jonesboro, but a big defensive stop could turn that around. You're always one defensive stop away from turning things around for Jonesboro. That's the attitude you got to take into this drive.
And bringing 3 down linemen here with a tailback in the backfield for Searcy. It's Young. He'll take the handoff. He gets hit immediately. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but a great defensive effort there to start things off for Jonesboro.
Just what the doctor ordered. He gets right into the backfield.
Jashad Stewart.
That's a big play for his defense there, getting some momentum back for him.
Jonesboro's going to shift, and an audible coming up here for Searcy. Young in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on either side here for Wright. Wright's going to fake the handoff, toss out in the flats, and hit immediately. What a play by the Jonesboro defense. That's Damarian Morton on the big hit.
Morton, huge hit here, and we talked about how you're one defensive stand away from having the momentum back on your side, and that was exactly what the doctor ordered for the Canes there.
Yeah, perfectly timed there on that hit. Waited on the receiver to catch it, just had to lay his hands on it and blew him up. Now the rain you could see there just coming down in droves here in Jonesboro. 3rd and 10 coming up for Searcy. Had to chase that snap, gets it, fires over the middle, tipped, and hit is the wide receiver. The ball falls down incomplete, so 4th down coming up. Big defensive stand there by the Hurricane.
Just what the Canes needed. I believe the weather there might have had a little trouble. This pass was not a very tightly thrown pass. It gets out of his hands, but the defense was all over him anyway. Big play, big defensive stand there for Jonesboro.
Credit Peyton Wright, not only to have the guts to throw that ball in such a tight window, but even with the rain, he still almost fit it in there. There's the punt. Jonesboro brought pressure, so they had nobody back to return this one. It will take a lion roll all the way down to the 26-yard line. And now the Hurricane will take another shot here in the first quarter on offense.
Now what they need, a good, solid offensive drive to be able to get some they've got the momentum back now from defense. You're one touchdown away from tying this game. If the offense puts together a good series, we're right back in it. We got a brand new ball game. Again, Jonesboro just needs to put a drive together here, move the ball down the field, and again, not let this weather get under their skin like we saw in the last drive.
Again, raining a little bit heavier than it was when we started this football game. 3 wide receivers here for Jumper. One back in the backfield. It's George. He's going to take the handoff running to his right, trying to follow his blockers, but a great effort there from the defensive end, or the linebacker rather, for Searcy. So he was able to just shed that block and get right to the tailback.
Still a 5-yard gain there for Albert George, leading rusher for this Hurricanes football team. Hurry up here.
There's a handoff once again, George, and he's going to get hit as he takes it right up the middle. 3rd and short coming up.
George, a good-sized running back, does power his way through there, but 3rd and short here, good situation for the Canes. They just need to pick up that first down and keep rolling.
3 yards to go. George standing to the right, got trips wide receivers bunched up here on the near side. Look for a screen. There it is. Ball caught at the 30, 35, 40. Down the near sideline at the 45-yard line. The Canes going to pick up a first down thanks to a nice pitch and catch there from Jumper to Tate Lutz.
Good screen pass, perfect block right there, just slips up the sideline, and just like that, the Canes moving the football, got their first down.
Already back on it with 5:34. Just trying to see what the Searcy defense is going to throw at them here. Now they got the play and they're ready to go. Looking to throw. Little curl route caught at the 50. Again, it's Lutz on the reception. He'll pick up what looks to be about 6 yards through the air. I think referee can't decide if he wants to give him 6 or 7. I think he'll call it 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 coming up.
Lutz, the leading receiver for the Canes so far this year, picks up another one, back-to-back plays for him. Good throw and catch there by quarterback and wide receiver.
5th play coming up for Jonesboro here on this drive, and again it's a handoff to George. George makes his way up the middle. He's got the first down. Dropped at the 45-yard line, a pickup of about 6, enough to, again, pick up a first down for Jonesboro, and they're back on top of it, waiting on the referee to set the football. Searcy looks like they're slightly out of position. Now they get with it. There's the quick snap, play action. Jumper's going to step up and run with it. Got brought down by his shoulder pads. Narrowly looked like he avoided a horse collar there.
Did he get him by the jersey? Did he get him by the collar? But I'll tell you what's impressive right there, how fast the Hurricane lined up and got that ball snapped, and it made a difference on that play. Good job there by Jumper to find a hole when nothing was open and to slide right into it.
And you saw him before the play. He wanted that snap quickly because he saw them out of position. There's a handoff to George trying to cut back to his right. He's tripped up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So, again, 3rd and 5 coming up.
Jonesboro, one of the best teams in the state at running this hurry-up type offense. And you see they're lined up. They are ready to go again.
3 wide receivers. Play action. Toss over the middle. Well defended by the Lions. Looked like they snuffed that one out all the way. Sawyer Jackson jumps up and bats that one down. And Jumper just threw it right to him. Lucky he didn't toss it anymore in his breadbasket.
Yeah, he probably did have an interception there if he would have caught it, but he's not skilled wide receiver, but good play there to be in great defensive position by Jackson.
4th and 5, Hurricane going to keep their offense out on the field to go for it. 3 wide receivers and a tight end trying to draw them off sides. Thought they got him.
Almost did.
A lot of finger pointing going on out there. George is in the backfield. They're looking to throw. Drop the football. Searcy's on top of it. Scrum for it. Doesn't really matter either way as Jonesboro is going to turn it over regardless, but kind of adding a little bit of insult to injury there as Jumper got ready to, I couldn't tell if he was getting ready to throw it or tuck it and run, but either way you could tell the ball just slipped right out of his hands.
Yeah, it slipped right out of his hands. We did. We talked about the weather coming into this game. It is very clear Jumper's had a lot of trouble with that slippery football. The only issue is that's fine as long as it's hurting both teams. So far, Searcy has shown little to no issue with that wet football, and they're coming right back out again with a really chance to make a statement here on this drive.
Yeah, ball at their own 49-yard line. There's a handoff running to the right for Tony Young. He's going to pick up about 3 yards, maybe 4 on first down. So 2nd and 6 now coming up.
Yeah, and they are continuing to move the football. Very few plays where they have not moved the football. And again, Jonesboro defense with a good stop last time out. They are looking for another here.
Talked about how similar both of these teams are, and we're really seeing it here in the opening quarter. Just a steady mix of rush and pass as Young breaks one to the outside here. Stiff arm at the 40-yard line, and man, he laid the lumber there with his right hand.
Slipped out of one tackle, then just laid the hammer on the other end. Good run by him, and this kid is a solid running back. Watch this here. Slippery, stiff arm.
Boom. My goodness. That moves the chains.
Golly.
Now 1st and 10 coming up for the Lions on the Jonesboro. Used to be the 36-yard line. Again, another steady dose of Young right up the gut. Another 4-yard pickup, so 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, there's not been one drive so far where the Lions have lost any yards, and they've picked up on average about 4 to 5 yards on every single play, just slowly but surely marching right down the field.
And you said it at the start of this drive, rain not affecting the Lions whatsoever here. 3:11 left to play here in the first quarter. Split tailbacks in the backfield now. Running to the right, and there's your first tackle for loss as the handoff went to Johnson Guthrie.
Good tackle there by Guthrie right into the backfield, and all of a sudden they kind of flip it around here, and they just need one more big stop to force Searcy's hand.
3rd and 8 coming up for the Lions. 3 wide receivers. It's Guthrie to the left, Young to the right. And Peyton Wright awaiting the snap. Going to change things up here, it looks like. Still got 12 seconds left on the play clock. Plenty of time. Jonesboro looks like they're going to play. Well, they look like they were playing zone. Now they're going to blitz. They get Young at the line of scrimmage and bottle him up.
That doesn't show you just how tough Young is to bring down. It took 4 guys to get him down. He was hit multiple times, but they do come up with a big stop. Good tackling there for Jonesboro. Now we'll see if Searcy looks like the plan is. Now I would imagine that Wright may be their punter too, so we'll see what they do. Looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, we got to see him kick an extra point a minute ago, but it may be that situation where he doesn't get an opportunity on offense. He may get to read the defense and just kind of pooch kick it away there. A little rugby-style punt, if you will. He's looking to throw here on 4th and 8. Toss out to the near sideline, nearly intercepted, but again, kind of a moot point as it falls incomplete. instead of an interception, it will be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, he didn't need to intercept that when the field position's better without it. He just batted it down. The pass, again, looked like the weather might have gotten to right there a little bit. Pass was just a little bit wobbly over his receiver's head. So now Jonesboro's defense with a big stop there, and that gives the offense once again another chance. We've got to watch. Jonesboro's going to have to figure out how to play in this weather and hang on to the football here. It's killed them both drives when they've had some momentum going.
Well, and those they had 2 turnovers last week against West Memphis that did them in, so don't want a repeat of that here tonight. Here's a handoff running to the right across the 35-40. Big hit, lost the football. Lost it out of bounds, however, but it's a first down run for the Jonesboro Hurricane, courtesy of Mitchell Thomas.
Yeah, Mitchell losing the football there, but they did get away with it. Big gain there, positive play for them. Again, keep the march going down the field. We're going to have to hang on to the football, though.
Jonesboro ready to go here, 1st and 10. Thomas again taking the handoff, running to his right. Got a blocker across the 50.
Going back to Thomas there, and another positive play there for the Hurricane.
Yeah, it looked like the exact same play, didn't it?
Searcy's defense bending, but not really breaking so far. Again, Jonesboro really kind of hurting themselves, but they do have some momentum back. Let's see what they can do with it.
Thomas still in the backfield with with cross jumper. There's a toss over the middle, caught. Nobody in front of him. Can he outrun the cornerback? He can't, down to the 5-yard line. And that's Saeed Wilson on the reception.
Good throw and catch there. Solid throw and catch. Cross jumper hits him in stride. Could not have thrown that pass any more perfectly. Just one guy between him and the end zone, and he got it, but they're in a good position to punch it in here.
Now it looks like they're going to line up in a little bit of an offset I formation here. Well, now they're going to maybe go back to the shotgun here. 3 wide receivers set here for Jumper. He'll hand it off. Big hit right up the middle, and driven backwards is Mitchell Thomas.
They've stuck with Thomas here on these couple of plays here. Now here comes Albert George back in, their leading rusher. And again, still in good shape, but you certainly want to walk away with the score here after that big throw and catch 2 plays ago.
Yeah, and you saw a couple of wide receivers come off the field, and a couple of much bigger boys in black coming in there, and wonder what's coming up now, as you might have a couple of bigger blockers in there. Let's see if they hand it off here to Albert George on 2nd and goal. Under 40 seconds left to play in the first. Looking like an option. Jumper's going to cut up the field himself. Took a pretty big hit right about the 5-yard line. So 3rd and goal coming up now.
And again, they do. They want to punch that in if they can at all possible. All kinds of momentum coming down on this offensive drive, but you get down to this defense, that Searcy defense and size is going to be difficult for them in a crowded space.
Yeah, I talked about Jonesboro's defense only giving up 20 points a game on defense. Well, Searcy's is doing the exact same. Nearing the 5-second mark, so it looks like we're going to just take this one to the 2nd quarter. And there's the whistle. So, a 3rd and goal coming up for the Jonesboro Hurricane in the 2nd quarter when we come back. 7-0 is your score. The Searcy Lions lead Jonesboro here in Jonesboro. We're back with the 2nd quarter right after this on Tubetown. Live local from Ritter Communications.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
Andy Manis and Blake Gwynn back here in Jonesboro, where the Golden Hurricane are threatening to score, but it's 3rd and goal. So far, the Searcy Lions have held up at the end of this drive. They are bending, but haven't broken yet. Again, 7-0 is your score as we start the 2nd quarter. Jonesboro trying to put together a little drive here, Blake.
Yeah, they need one, and they are, again, big play here for them. They need to punch this in. Field goal would really not set the tone that they're wanting. They'll take it, but here we go.
Albert George standing to the left across Jumper. Puts a man in motion. That's Mitchell Thomas. Thomas taking it around the edge, still driving his feet. Finally, there's a whistle, and he got just to the 5-yard line, so a pickup of about 1.
Decision time, they're going to send in the field goal unit, it looks like, and probably a good decision. Good drive there for Jonesboro, take away a lot of positives, but a really positive stop there for the Searcy defense in their own territory.
That will cap off this drive if they make this field goal as the unit comes on. And Garrett Childers, the senior, standing in his own 15-yard line. 25-yard attempt. It is up, and that will squirt right through the uprights. So 7-3 is your score now after the 25-yard field goal from Garrett Childers, the Hurricane, trying to make a comeback here in the second quarter. 11:22 left to play in the first half. More when we come back from Jonesboro here on Tubetown, live local from Ritter Communications.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
The rain continuing to fall here in Jonesboro as the Golden Hurricane have found the scoreboard. A 25-yard field goal from Garrett Childers. He's on to kick it away now for Jonesboro. But a trail by 4. 7-3 is your score. Searcy scoring on their opening drive of the football game. A 2-yard touchdown rush from Peyton Wright.
So far, Searcy's done everything they needed to do to be ahead in this football game. Jonesboro hanging tough, though. They just got to clean up a couple things. They'll be right there with them.
There's the kickoff, and whistles will stop this one before it gets started. I believe we had offsides there on Jonesboro.
At the top, we're going to back them up. Look like a decent kick, I believe. So we'll see if we can do it again. Test his leg out, see what he can do.
Let's see if he can get a touchback here. We've seen him kick it in the end zone twice now. And in the rain, still that's pretty impressive.
It is. I still am completely in favor of the Arena Football League, where if they can kick it through the uprights, they get. Listen, I'm fine with it. What's the issue here? I mean, I know we're traditionalists, but good grief, it'd be fun.
That's skill right there.
It is. If you can do it, you should get something.
You should get something,
Yeah.
absolutely. Second attempt from Childers. Caught at the 5-yard line. Taken out to the 10. That's Tony Young on the return here for Searcy. Cuts back to the middle of the field, lowers his shoulder, and he'll get stopped right about the 20-yard line.
Tony Young is just so explosive. As soon as he catches the football, seems like he's up to top speed. Anytime you tackle him on a play like that and he's not running to the end zone is a good play. Again, he's so explosive. Big chance here for the Hurricane defense here to get a big stop, get the football back.
Yeah, Searcy their last time out had a 6-play drive they were trying to put together, but ultimately resulted in a turnover on downs, almost an interception. As 1st and 10 for the Lions, they'll hand it off to Tony Young right up the middle. He'll get down near the 30-yard line. Looks like they'll actually mark him at about the 26.5.
One of the things you look for in a running back is how quickly they can get up to speed. That's what I was just talking about. He's up to speed, takes you 5 yards to pull him down.
And quickly the Lions are back on top of it. Young again using that speed. He'll pick up the first down this time. They move the chains as he moves it across the 30 down to the 34-yard line.
Good solid zone read there for him. He just read that opening play, found the gap, and again bust right at the middle 5 yards. That's all he needs. And he just continues to do that.
Got a lot of speed and a lot of size, a 6-foot running back. He's got great field vision, as Blake just mentioned, able to find those gaps and accelerate through them. He'll switch hips now. Wright takes the snap, and he'll hand it off to Young one more time. Right up the gut. He tried to work back to the other side of the field, and he'll pick up about 3 yards before he stops. So 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 back-to-back plays for Young.
They keep going to him, and for good reason. Jonesboro's defense with a good stop again, and they alternate there. They will run in the size just a little bit, but they tend to stick with Young. Chances are he's a blocker on this play.
Yeah, Johnson Guthrie standing to the left of Wright there. Play action. Wright looking to throw. Sets his feet. Fired over the head of the intended wide receiver there. And it will be 3rd down coming up. Trying to get a hold of Griffin Love there.
Yeah, Wright just overthrowing him a little bit. Done that a couple of times tonight. He's overthrown his receivers just a couple of times. So Jonesboro will take it. They've got a big third down play coming up here.
I'm sure that Coach Coleman would like to get a little bit more pressure on Wright, though, because he had a lot of time. Even though he's overthrowing his guys, he's getting all day to throw back there. Here's another handoff to Wright. Wright with a lot of running room out ahead across the 45-yard line, dropped on the near side hash marks just shy of the 50, but he'll pick up a first down. They'll move the chains, and now he'll come up just a little bit lame as he heads off the field there. Hopefully he's okay.
That's not what you want to see. Yeah, he rolled that ankle up just a little bit. That's not what you want to see because that guy has been unstoppable so far.
Just let him rest that here for a minute. Here's Johnson Guthrie on the carry, and he gets upended there on that hit.
Guthrie up the gut. And again, he's got some explosiveness to him as well. He's got the pressure on him right now with Young out of the game, but he took a solid smack right there.
He got hit high and low from two separate directions
the
there.
Old high-low.
Picked up about 2 yards, and he paid for those 2 yards dearly. 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side for Wright. Play action. He'll hit his man right over the middle, caught at about the 38-yard line.
Big throw and catch there for them. Once again, picking up big yardage, another big first down, and here they go, just making a smooth drive right down the field.
Yep, Dallas Loftus on the reception there for Searcy. 8th play of this drive and a 1st and 10 coming up. There's a handoff to Guthrie. Guthrie sheds one defender, makes his way across the 35 all the way down to the 32.
Guthrie stepping right into the shoes that he left there. Tony Young still on the sidelines, but they haven't missed him as much so far. Guthrie just stepping up big time for him.
And the Lions are ready to go. Jonesboro just barely got back into position. Here's Guthrie cutting up the middle. And if he didn't get that first down, he's awful close to it. He had to get down to the 28. And they're going to go ahead and move the chains. Another 1st and 10 coming up for the Lions.
Well, we got to give a lot of credit to Johnson Guthrie again. Tony Young, their main back, he's been in there. He's been on the field most of the game, not getting as many touches, but he has helped them put this drive together here the last minute or so.
Lions taking a little bit of time to snap this one and going to get an offside, or excuse me, a false start rather, out there at wide receiver. One of the wideouts jumped a little bit early. That's Tim Williams. He was getting ready to go and didn't get the go-ahead.
Yeah, Coach Kelly not going to be happy about that when, they had all the momentum coming down. Now they back up 5 yards.
I believe that's just the first penalty called on Searcy here so far in tonight's football game. 8:16 left to play in the first half. Wright takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Guthrie. Guthrie following his blockers to the left side. He's down on the far side hash marks across the 25. Actually, I think that's where they're going to spot him, the 25-yard line. Nice little pickup of about 4, maybe 5. Beg your pardon. Nice pickup of about 7, maybe 8. Forgot about that extra 5 yards added on there.
Good, powerful run there by Johnson Guthrie. He, again, continues to impress as he's gone down to being the single back for them right now, and impressive drive here for him.
11th play of this drive coming up. Fake the handoff. Wright slung down in the backfield. Great defensive effort that time by Jonesboro. And that's Jamarcus Wright on the sack.
Jamarcus Wright in the backfield there. Pulls him down by the leg. Just what they needed to slow some of this momentum down here for Searcy. Big third down play coming their way in their own territory.
Yep, 3rd and 12 to be exact. 4 wide receiver look here for the Lions. Guthrie standing in the backfield. Play action. Wright has to escape the pocket. Fires it. Caught at the 20-yard line. No, they're going to say incomplete. They say it popped out and hit the turf.
Not sure he ever had control of that football. And, again, big play there brings up 4th down for Searcy. We'd imagine they'd probably go for it. Watch and see here. This is be interesting to see on this throw and catch. That's close.
Looks like it come right
I could
there.
see it either way. I could see it either way. Yeah, that's probably a good call there. It came loose. Never really had control of it all the way to the ground. So they're going to go for it here. Big 4th down play here in a second.
Yeah, that was Tanner Leonard, the intended receiver there. Late player coming onto the field here for Searcy. Here's the snap. 4th and 12. Fires it over the middle, and once again a bit too far Peyton Wright can't connect, and it's another turnover on downs.
Good stop there for Jonesboro's defense. A lot of momentum for Searcy coming down on that drive, and they just shut them down after that false start penalty. So we're going to have a chance to see Jonesboro come back down and drive on this field.
Yeah, that was nearly a 4-minute drive there, or just a little over 4 minutes actually there for Searcy. 12 plays, but just couldn't cap it off, and they nearly went the distance of the field once again like they did on their opening drive.
Yeah, they are burning the clock on their drives. You know, they throw the football, not just a ton of incomplete passes, running most of the time, and they have burned the time off this clock as we're already pretty deep into this second quarter.
Yeah, moving a lot quicker than that first quarter did. Here's a handoff right up the gut. I think that was Albert George on the carry there, and it was. He'll pick up about 2 yards on first down, so 2nd and 8 coming up. Jonesboro trying to stick with the running game.
Sticking with George there. A good call for them to run it right back up the middle, but they've still got some work to do here on this set.
3 wide receivers. Cross jumper scanning the defense. They're bringing pressure. Going deep down the far sideline. Just a bit too far for the intended receiver. I think that was Tate. He was trying to hit over there.
Good trajectory on this pass. Good spiral on this pass. Just a little bit too long. But again, good looking throw. Just overthrew him just a dash.
Yeah, couldn't quite hook up with Tate Lutz there, the 6'2" senior. And so now 3rd and 8 coming up for the Hurricane. 3 wide receivers all alone here on the near side. Nobody on the far side. Looking to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Lutz. He hauls it in at the 40, the 35-yard line, shakes the defender across the 30, lost the football. And the Searcy Lions are going to recover it. What a heartbreaking play there for the Jonesboro Hurricane.
Man, I'll tell you, when he was running, they were all over him. He had 4 guys around him. Watch this when he catches it. He gets the yards after the catch. Great catch here for him, but everybody is trying to punch it out. And that's where it gets really difficult. When you're 1 guy versus 3 and you've got 3 guys trying to punch the ball out, it's easy to see how he did lose that one there. It's heartbreaking, but it is understandable. The ball is wet. And a good job by Searcy's defense. Give them a tip of your hat for punching that football loose on a big play.
So now the Lions will come back out on their own 25-yard line. This play blow dead. 6:19 left to play. Here's the call from the official. It'll be a false start on Searcy, just their 2nd penalty here in the first half. Jonesboro, I believe, also has 2.
So they'll back up just a little bit, which will be welcome news for Jonesboro's defense as they try to shut them down. Following a little bit of a go to the blow to the gut, a go to the butt. That was, what is that? Exactly.
Oh, Searcy fumbles. And I think Jonesboro fell on top of it. The Hurricane did. And just like that, the fortunes have reversed once again.
You know, if you're Coach Randy Coleman and you're the Hurricanes, you got to say it is about time this rain got to the Searcy Lions. And it does so right where they lost the football on a fumble. They picked the football right back up, and all of a sudden, buddy, the tides have turned, and Jonesboro has a good look at it coming from their, looks like the Searcy 19.
Yeah, the Lions gifted them 5 yards there on that false start before they gave it back to them. So 1st and 10 coming up from inside the red zone. The 2nd trip the Hurricane have had here tonight. Jumper looking to throw. Standing in the pocket, fires in the end zone, Lutz right off his fingertips. That should have been 6 points for number 6.
It was fingertips, buddy. If this is an inch shorter, he makes that catch. Lutz almost making the catch there in the end zone. Take a look at, again, good-looking throw here. Just overthrows him just a dash, but it did hit him in the fingertips.
Oh, he should have had that.
Yeah, that was very catchable for well. Good pass there. And
Tate Lutz got to haul that in. 2nd and 10 coming up now. Same look for the Hurricane. Are they going to go right back to it? Nope, screen play. George takes it at the 15, the 10. Down at the 5-yard line, and a well-executed play that time for the Hurricane. 1st and goal coming up.
George hit hard, but a big gain for them on the pass play. Good passing target, and they are down to their own 5. They're down to the Searcy 5. Take a look at the hit here he takes on this. Hangs onto that wet football. Just an impressive play all around.
Yeah, he gets hit pretty hard here at the end of this. My goodness, he got hit forward on that. Here's George on the handoff. Trying to hold on to that football. He's across the 5-yard line, but the pile will fall on top of him at about the 4, it appears.
Good run again by George. He's their go-to guy, their leading rusher, and would not be surprised. He's tagging out here. Let's see who they bring in at the back position. You'd imagine they would go power here. You would just have to imagine.
Well, I would think if you're going power, you want Albert George in there.
You would think so.
They're going to come out with an empty backfield here. Nope. One back in the backfield. I thought that was Jumper back there. They hand it off right up the gut, and it's Logan Orr who will take it in for a Jonesboro score.
And they did go power. Look at the two dudes they had line up here on this play. They had two linemen blocking for him, and they did just like that play was drawn up, opened up a gap, and into the end zone he went, and just like that, Jonesboro has their first lead of the night.
Logan Orr with a 3-yard touchdown rush to make it 9-7. Extra point from Childers on the way, and it's good. So fortune swinging in favor of the Hurricane here with 5:17 left to play in the second quarter. A 3-yard touchdown rush from Logan Orr and an extra point from Garrett Childers makes it a 3-point ball game. Jonesboro 10, Searcy 7. Back with more of the second quarter here on Tubetown after this.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Rain continuing to fall here in Jonesboro. Andy Manus and Blake Gwynn here with you, giving you the play-by-play as Jonesboro has hopped up on top of the Searcy Lions 10-7, courtesy of a 3-yard touchdown rush from Logan Orr. Extra point from Garrett Childers is good, and so that's how it's 10-7. And we got a little information during the break there. Garrett Childers, for every field goal he makes tonight, is making a donation to pediatric cancer. So pretty cool deal from the high schooler. He boots one through the back of the end zone here.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. Love what that kid's doing. Such a big deal for him to do something like that. Another good kickoff for him. Jonesboro's got the momentum back. And again, we talked about this. They just had to feel like nothing was going their way early on. Searcy did not look bothered at all by this rain. And then all of a sudden they fumble the football, and Jonesboro takes full advantage of it. A big stop for them right here would go a long way towards completely flipping this game. But Jonesboro certainly in good shape now after a big drive.
Well, back-to-back scores here for the Hurricane as they've kept Searcy out of the end zone since that opening drive of the night. Now from their own 20, faking the handoff. Little curl route out at the 24, and a hard hit from the defender out there for Jonesboro. Made all of the made them pay for those yardage is what I'm trying to get out.
Good coverage. That really doesn't go anywhere. Good solid hit on him. Make him think twice next time.
Yeah, Dallas Loftus on the reception there for Searcy, and now the Lions trying to put a little bit of pep in their step here with 4:56 left to play. 3 wide receivers here on the near side. Handoff running to the right for Johnson Guthrie. He gets hit pretty hard, but near the first down marker might be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, it will move the chains. Good solid play there for them, and we noticed that Young's still not back in this ball game, and they are still, though, Johnson Guthrie still carrying the load perfectly fine for them, and they haven't really missed a beat with him out of the ball game.
Oh, he's running downhill from out there at the tailback position. 14 seconds left on the play clock as Wright steps up, takes the snap, screen here on the near side, well defended by the Hurricane. Hit immediately is the wide receiver. Great play that time from Bryant Guerrera.
We've seen this Jonesboro defense come alive here. They're playing with passion right now. Another big stop on that pass play brings up 2nd and long.
2nd and 12 on the way here for the Lions. They come out with 3 wideouts on the far side. Jonesboro giving them a little bit of cushion out there at the slot too. Now they come up and guard him. Hurricane still shifting around some defenders. 5 seconds left on the play clock. 3 seconds left. They get the snap off. Looking to throw. Slant pattern caught. Nearly avoided that defender, did Loftus. Great catch and almost got away with a sidestep there.
He did. Almost missed him, and that'll move the chains once again. And here goes Searcy marching right back down the field.
I think he heard those footsteps and did not want to get hit again. He's been hit a couple of times here tonight.
Yeah, that's what I said last time. It'll make him think twice when you get hit like that.
Fourth play of this drive coming up. 1st and 10. Lions are going to hand it off. It's Guthrie. Guthrie picked up and slammed at the line of scrimmage. I think he picked up 1 yard, but again, he's out there taking some punishment in lieu of Tony Young.
Yeah, Young still on the sidelines, and that could be a big factor in this game. So far, Guthrie doing a good job filling in the slack, but you really need 2 backs rolling in and out of there. When they've got both of them together, they're firing on all cylinders.
Guthrie standing to the right, play action. Tossed out here to the near side and had to pick that one up off the turf nearly, did Tanner Leonard. He makes the catch. They pick up a few more, but still short of the first down marker. 3rd and 7 coming up.
And you notice Guthrie has not come off the field since the injury to Young, and that'll eventually take its toll. They're going with a pass there, but brings up 3rd down and some here, so we'll see what they decide to do. Should be a passing down for them.
Griffin Love, the wide receiver, lined up here on the near side. Guthrie again still in the backfield, as Blake mentioned. He's going to take the handoff, and he is hit hard as he crosses the line of scrimmage. My goodness, he is taking some licks out there.
Hurricanes set up for pass defense, but the line just made up for it. Only 3 guys down, and he still made a big tackle as Guthrie tried to go up the gut. Nothing doing. Big play there, and Jonesboro going to get the football back here.
It looks like we have got a timeout out on the field. I believe the Lions have called their first time, or excuse me, Jonesboro has called their first timeout here in the first half. They have 2 remaining. Searcy has all 3 of theirs. We're going to take a quick timeout here along with them in Jonesboro. 2:19 left to play in the half. Back with more in the second quarter right after this on Tubetown.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Welcome back to Jonesboro. Andy Maness and Blake Gwynn here with you with 2:19 left to play in the second quarter, and it's a 4th and 4 play coming up for the Searcy Lions. They trail by 3 to the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane. Peyton Wright awaiting the snap. There it is. He'll hand it off. Guthrie with a head full of steam will dive for the 50-yard line. That's the line to gain, and according to the spot, he's going to be short. One of the Jonesboro Hurricanes a little bit slow getting up off the turf. And they are going to give the ball back to Jonesboro. Not even going to bring a measurement out. They'll say he's a yard shy. 1st and 10, Jonesboro.
Big turnover on downs there. Stops him just short of that first down marker. So Jonesboro gets the football back with the chance to go ahead by a couple of scores. And they've got the momentum squarely on their shoulders now. And it'll be fun to watch this drive coming back the other way.
Yeah, if they can hold on to the football to the half, they also get it back to start the 3rd quarter. Here's Jumper handing it off to George, running to his right. He's got a lot of running room out there on the far outside edge. Makes his way down to the 44-yard line, make it the 43. He's going to pick up 6 on that first down run. 2nd and 4 coming up. Jonesboro wasting no time getting on top of that football either. Again, another handoff right up the gut. And George makes his way across the 39. He'll move the chains and stop the clock at 1:53.
Couple of good runs there for George back-to-back. Picks up that first down. Jonesboro marching right down the field and doing it quickly.
3rd play of this drive coming up. Well, a little bit of a busted play, I believe. Jumper just got to run with it. I think he was looking to fake the handoff to George there, and George did not even attempt to take the handoff.
Made something out of nothing there. Ended up being an all right play. Gains about 5.
Yeah, 2nd and 5 coming up now. Lions look like they're trying to scramble to get into position. There's the play fake. Jumper evades the defender, tosses one into the end zone. Bobbled up, incomplete. Oh, the Lions had a chance to maybe pick that one on the tip, Intended receiver was Tate Lutz, and was well defended. Lutz had a chance to grab it, but again, the defensive back right there on top of him.
Jumper threw on the run that time, and if he'd have got it out ahead of him, he could have had a little bit of room, but threw it in behind him, hit the defenders in the back, so nothing doing there. Big third down play here for Jonesboro.
Still a pretty good-looking throw, though, for Jumper on the run in the rain. 2 wide receivers on the far side. 1 wide receiver and a tight end here on the near side. Jumper going to run with it, trying to find the edge. Got one across the 30. Has to get down to about the 28, and I don't think he got there. It will be close, though.
Should be 4th and short there. They're going to spot him at the 30, it looks like. And Jonesboro they tried to get a little bit of a better spot there, tried to move up and deke it a little bit, but here we go, big 4th down play.
Yeah, might be looking to draw them off sides here. Searcy showing like they're going to bring blitz up the middle. And they do bring some pressure. Jumper stands in the pocket, fires to Lutz, caught at the 10-yard line. The 5, reaching for the goal line, touchdown Jonesboro.
Great throw and pass there by Jumper to Lutz. He hit him right in stride, and then Lutz made the rest happen with the yards after the catch. Big time play there by those two.
31-yard touchdown pass from Jumper to Lutz. What a catch off of his hip
Stuck
there.
it in his holster.
My goodness. And then the dive for the pylon. 29 seconds remaining as Childers is on to attempt another extra point and perhaps another donation to pediatric cancer research. And it is good.
There it is. Well, he's got to be careful sinking those like that, buddy.
Going to have an empty wallet here by the end of the night. 17-7 is the score with 29 seconds remaining in the half. Jonesboro extending their lead over the Searcy Lions here on Tubetown. Live local from Ritter Communications.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Blake Gwynn back with you here in Jonesboro, where the Hurricane have extended their lead. 17-7 now the score over their rival, the Searcy Lions. 29 seconds remaining in the half. Jonesboro does get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Jonesboro struggling a little bit right out of the gate in this one, but they have certainly turned things around, and they are looking solid so far at the tail end of this first half.
Yeah, since that opening drive for the Lions, they have been shut out here in this football game. Kickoff will be taken at about the 5-yard line. Now out to the 15. Now out to the 25. Across the 30, down to the 35-yard line before the return man finally pushed out of bounds, and that was Tanner Leonard, the junior wide receiver for the Lions, who will set up their offense. Some pretty decent field position. Lions also still have all 3 of their timeouts here in the first half.
Yeah, about 23 seconds, but if they could get a little something going, anything could happen here at this point. And we'll see what they can do with 23 seconds left on the clock.
Ball spotted just shy of their own 37-yard line. Actually, it'll be right on top of it. 4 wide receivers here for Peyton Wright. Takes the snap, hands it off to Guthrie, right up the gut, and he took a pretty big hit there from Cameron Clark. Sophomore safety coming in and laying the lumber at the line of scrimmage, but Guthrie going to pick up about 4 yards on that carry.
Not a lot of hurry up here. This will be their last play. They may just take it to halftime. Well, yep.
They're going to get off one more play here. Trying to go deep. It's Loftus, caught at the 40. And he will be pushed backwards, and that will be the last play of the first half. So I don't know if that was a mismanaged clock situation by the Searcy Lions or what, but either way, the two teams headed to the locker room with a score of 17-7. Jonesboro scoring 17 points in the second quarter to take a lead into the locker room at halftime. We're going to take a short break, come back with a first half analysis for you. We'll be back with more here from Jonesboro right after this on Tubetown, live local from Ritter Communications.
first. Introducing You First Banking. Only at First National Bank.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hope, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery. You're going to love
Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call, and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications. Right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications. Right by you.
You work here, you play here, you live here, and yet most of what you watch on television is about somewhere other than here. Until now. We proudly present Tubetown, TV about you. Tubetown is a Ritter Communications exclusive network featuring local sports, community events, unique and original programming from our community. Tubetown takes what's best about television, what's best about the community, and brings them together. Tubetown, only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Technology was supposed to make our lives easier. No one told us about the plethora of glitches, viruses, hackers, hundreds of passwords to remember, and getting all our tech to sync up. Introducing Tech Home. Technology made easy for you and your devices. Tech Home makes it easy to set up, protect, and enjoy your internet-connected devices anytime, anywhere. Security, password management, backup, and premium tech support. Get back in charge of your digital life now with Tech Home.
Satellite TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract, then saddle you with second-rate service and price increases. Ritter delivers TV service with stunning HD channels, plus bundle savings on the area's fastest internet, and a better home phone service with no long-term contracts, backed by our local customer care team. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a dish. Visit RitterCommunications.com to learn more.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to RitterCommunications.com/TV Everywhere to get started. Ritter Communications, connecting you to everything that matters.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking. Only at First National Bank.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hope, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery. You're going to love
Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call, and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit RitterBusiness.com today.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications. Right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications. Right by you.
You work here, you play here, you live here, and yet most of what you watch on television is about somewhere other than here. Until now, we proudly present Tubetown, TV about you. Tubetown is a Ritter Communications exclusive network featuring local sports, community events, unique and original programming from our community. Tubetown takes what's best about television, what's best about the community, and brings them together. Tubetown, only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Technology was supposed to make our lives easier. No one told us about the plethora of glitches, viruses, hackers, hundreds of passwords to remember, and getting all our tech to sync up. Introducing Tech Home. Technology made easy for you and your devices. Tech Home makes it easy to set up, protect, and enjoy your internet-connected devices anytime, anywhere. Security, password management, backup, and premium tech support. Get back in charge of your digital life now with Tech Home.
Satellite TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract, then saddle you with second-rate service and price increases. Ritter delivers TV service with stunning HD channels, plus bundle savings on the area's fastest internet, and a better home phone service with no long-term contracts, backed by our local customer care team. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a dish. Visit rittercommunications.com to learn more.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to rittercommunications.com/TV everywhere to get started. Ritter Communications, connecting you to everything that matters.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Andy Maness and Blake Gwynn welcome you back to Jonesboro, where the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane have popped out to a 17-7 lead over the Searcy Lions here at the halftime break. Blake, it was a 17-point outpouring of scoring here in the second quarter. Since that opening drive from the Searcy Lions, the Jonesboro Hurricane defense has shut them out.
You can see the rain falling, and we just kept talking about that. It was hurting Jonesboro so much early on, a couple of fumbles. And then you kept thinking at some point the tides have got to turn, and they did. Jonesboro ended up taking advantage of a big fumble there by Searcy, and they flipped the momentum big time. The defense came alive. It ended up being a good second quarter for them, and they took all the momentum into halftime.
Yeah, Jonesboro's fumbled it away twice, but as you mentioned, capitalized on the only Searcy turnover in a big way there in the second quarter. And, you know, Jonesboro's really, I think they were really going to carry some momentum into the third quarter. Again, shutting out Searcy since that opening touchdown, and then not only that, but piling on 3 scores as well. Since that last fumble of theirs, they've been on a roll. I mean, They scored on that 3-yard touchdown run from Logan Orr, got the extra point, came out and shut down a Searcy drive that was like a 7-play, 3-minute drive that Jonesboro was able to shut down. And then not only that, they scored quickly. In less than about a minute and a half, they were able to drive it about 49 yards and picked up most of those through the air on that touchdown pass, a 31-yard touchdown pass from cross jumper to Tate Lutz. And that's where we're at now, 17-7 score. Jonesboro again leading the Searcy Lions with a lot of momentum headed into the third quarter. And the rain continues to fall. We've talked about that. We talked about it in the pregame segment, and we talked about it all throughout the first half. It has affected both teams now to this point. We haven't really seen, in my opinion, a huge change in their game plan. We're still seeing both teams attack on offense, both with a heavy mix of rush and pass. But again, you're seeing some of the players having a hard time holding on to that football.
Well, they have. They've had to rely on the run quite a bit. And I'm going to tell you something that we've got to watch. If Tony Young cannot come back for Searcy in this second half, they're in trouble. And Johnson Guthrie's done a good job filling in the interim. But he has been out there literally from the time Tony Young went out. He played every single snap for the rest of the half. You got to have somebody to spell him. He's blocking. He's also doing all the rushing. That's going to be a big deal for them because, again, the passing, as it gets wetter and wetter out there, is going to become harder and harder. And that's something to watch, certainly. And Jonesboro took every bit of the momentum into the half. They seem to clean their game up, and the tides completely turned there in the end. So Searcy's got the pressure on their back. They really need Tony Young to be able to go in this second half if they want to be able to compete going forward.
Yeah, Tony Young went out on Searcy's first drive of the second quarter, somewhere right around the 9-minute mark. They lost Tony Young, and we haven't seen him since. And like you said, Guthrie has played every single snap since then. So I'm in agreement. Got to find a way to get him some relief, and maybe Searcy can find a way to get back into this ball game. But again, they're going to have to kick it off to the Golden Hurricane to start the third quarter. We're about 2.5 minutes away, so we're going to step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we'll start the third quarter with you guys here on Tubetown. Try to get you some scores from around the area. I know a lot of eyes are on West Memphis tonight as they play Jacksonville. Obviously, that game has got a lot of implications in the playoff picture here in the 6A East. Taking another quick break. We're back with more here on Tubetown.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking, only at First National Bank.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hope, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery. You're going to love
Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Listen, Blake Gwynn, welcome you back to Jonesboro. Again, the Golden Hurricane with a 17-7 lead over the Searcy Lions. Let's take a look at some of the scores from around the area. Start things off with the 4A, looking at Osceola, 14-13 over Piggott at the half. 3A, my pardon. Now looking at the 4A, Rivercrest over Westside at the half, 13-8. Kind of a close one there when you think about it.
Yeah.
Looking at the way the Rivercrest Colts have played the rest of the 4A 3 conference there. Struggling a little bit with the Warriors so far at halftime. 21-6 Batesville over Blytheville. Kind of a surprise there with the way both of those teams have played so far throughout this year. Still scoreless between Forest City and Nettleton at halftime. Win on top of Paragould at half, 35-0. The Yellow Jackets kind of struggling a little bit this year as well. 20-7 Valley View is leading Greene County Tech at the half. Truman over Pocahontas, 14-6 at halftime. Don't see that score happen very often for Pocahontas. Gosnell leading Highland 26-8 at half. Walnut Ridge 6, Harrisburg 15 in the third quarter. That is an interesting one to keep an eye on because the Bobcats have been playing well this year. Struggling a little bit with the Hornets right now. 6-0 Brooklyn is leading Cave City. Hoxie over Manila in the second quarter, 43-6. And finally, Newport keeping that streak alive, 34-0 over Corning in the second quarter.
You don't think the rain has something to do with some of these scores that we saw? That tends to do that. You know, one of the things you look at
the lower scores, you mean?
The lower scores, and then some of the teams that are trailing in West Side playing Rivercrest close. That tends to do that on a night like tonight is when you'll see some of those upset type wins, and you can see some of those low scores. Nothing, Forest City and Nettleton. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's unbelievable. And then, of course, Osceola and Piggott, that one is a close one as well, 14-3. So could be on to something there. I think the weather, you never know what kind of impact the weather is going to have on the outcome of some of these conference games like you're seeing here tonight. So
you don't need that this time of year. If you're a team,
you want that to happen early.
You want it to be clear blue skies and about 70 degrees outside, and weird things happen when it's nasty outside, and we've seen some of that here tonight.
We certainly have. We certainly have. Again, 17-7 is the score. There's about 2.5 minutes left on the clock here during the halftime break for both of these teams to finish their warm-ups. So let's go ahead and step aside for one more quick break. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter kickoff for you right here from Jonesboro on Tubetown.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call, and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
Welcome back to Jonesboro. Andy Maness and Blake Gwynn ready to start the third quarter with you as the Jonesboro Hurricane are going to be on the receiving end of this second half kickoff. Searcy trailing here have been shut out since their opening drive of the first quarter. Gave up 17 points to Jonesboro in that second quarter.
Jonesboro looking to put up another 17 here in this quarter, and I'm going to tell you, by the looks of the way they went into halftime, they could do it Searcy really needs a defensive stop coming right out of halftime to get some of this momentum back on their side. Jonesboro seemed to have really hit their stride before they went to the locker room.
Well, if this game is anything like the last 3 between these two teams, could have a sort of blowout on our hands. You look at the last 3 years. Searcy won last year, 49-21. Jonesboro won the year before, 45-18. The year before that, Searcy won, 47-28. So Searcy winning 2 out of the last 3 by a large margin. Jonesboro, of course, winning by a large margin as well. So, we might be in store for that again here tonight in 2018.
I don't think the scoring is far from over. We'll see quite a bit more scoring before we close the book tonight.
Short kickoff. Jonesboro's got to come up to get it. Once again, the kickoff is not fielded cleanly, but the Hurricane will hop back on top of it just inside the 25-yard line. I think they'll come out and start on their own 24. Cross jumper. Got a touchdown pass underneath his belt tonight.
That's some of the stuff that we've seen out of Jonesboro so far, and some of that comes with being a younger team, but you can certainly see where the skill level is with this team, and you give some of these guys a couple of years, and this team's going to be hard to deal with.
Cross jumper, just a sophomore for Jonesboro. He's already committed to the University of Tennessee as a pitcher. So a dual sport athlete here, and you're seeing him sling around the pigskin here tonight. 1st and 10 from their own 24. There's a handoff to Albert George to start things off here in the 3rd quarter. Bouncing off one defender, still on his feet across the 30-yard line. Down to the 33, and that might have been, no offense to Albert George, but the slowest 9-yard gain I have ever seen. It seemed like it took him forever to get here to the near sideline.
Very slowly developing. He never quite put the gear on, bounced off a couple of tackles, and that run took 30 seconds off the clock.
There's the handoff again to George, running to the right side this time. He's going to lower his shoulder, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards there. So after moving the chains on the first run, only picking up 2 here. 2nd and 8 now coming up.
Sticking with George once again, their leading rusher, 134 yards last week with a touchdown. So he's a guy that can pick up a lot of yards, and they're showing their trust in him tonight.
3 wide receivers here for cross jumper. There's the play action. He's rolling out to his right, got flushed out by a defender. Tosses to the tight end, caught at the 45-yard line and driven out of bounds. But another 1st down play here for the Jonesboro Hurricane. Catching up with Connor Clark there on that reception.
Just the way that play was drawn up. Get the throw and catch, get the 1st down, get out of bounds.
Probably would have liked to have not had to run for his life a little bit there at the end of that, but it worked out for him. They got the play now from Coach Coleman, and they're ready to roll. 3 wide receivers for jumper, and that's George in the backfield. Oh, and he takes a big hit as soon as he takes the handoff. What a lick laid by Ben Donnell, the senior linebacker.
Big hit. He was just in the backfield before the play even started, and he gets a big stop there, and it's a long 2nd down play for the Canes.
Opening drive here, the 3rd quarter. About a minute and a half gone by. 2nd and 13. Lions bringing pressure. Going deep with the pass. Incomplete over through his intended receiver. Trying to find Saeed Wilson on the near side numbers.
Needed to gain a little yardage there. They get nothing, and it'll be a long 3rd down play passing down for Jonesboro.
No doubt about it. And if you're just joining us, rain continuing to fall here tonight. It's a little bit difficult to see it on your camera here, but they're feeling it out there on the field, no doubt. 3 wide receivers lined up here on the near side. There's the snap. Whistles will blow this one dead. Pink flags come flying out as we're raising awareness for breast cancer here in October. And that will be a false start on Jonesboro. So they'll make that 3rd and 13 a little longer. Now 3rd and 18 as you take a look at the rain falling here in Jonesboro.
Having to play through the elements here. Jonesboro needs a long pass play.
Same formation. 3 wide receivers lined up on the near side. They're going to toss to the far side. Caught on the other side of the 50. Shy of the 1st down marker, but a nice little pickup through the air there by the Hurricane. Will bring up 4th and about 4.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and bring out the punt team. They got close enough to make them think about it, but they're going to go ahead and punt this one away. Good call with the lead here early on in the second half to go ahead and punt this one away and flip the field position on them.
Yeah, Will Barr on the reception there had to slide down to the turf to make that grab. Did a great job
Good
reeling
catch,
it
yeah.
in, absolutely. As Blake said, the punt team on for Jonesboro. Garrett Childers out to punt this one away. Got a nice spiral on it. It'll take a bounce at the 25-yard line and a hurricane roll down to the 19. That works out. Got them inside the 20-yard line. And the Lions will come out now for their first drive here in the second half.
Wasn't the best bounce that he got there. Kicked that about like he wanted to. He had his coverage team all the way around it. It just didn't take a very friendly bounce, but still, like you said, inside of the 20, good place for them to start their defensive stand. And we'll see what Searcy can do coming out for their first drive of the second half.
And they actually spot them on the 20. And here's Johnson Guthrie, still no Tony Young. And Guthrie driven backwards on first down. Second and long now coming up.
Again, if Young is not going to come back into this game, they're going to have a long night.
I think I see him out there kind of jogging on the track. Yep, that's number 1 out there behind the benches. Trying to get a little bit loose here with 9:30 to play in the third quarter. Take the handoff, little screen out here. Leonard on the reception, driven backwards before he could get to the 25-yard line, but I think the referee, judging by his spot, he's going to put his forward progress at the 25-yard line. So now 3rd and 5 coming up.
Little throw and catch there, but good defensive coverage once again as they swarm in and knock him down.
Yeah, just a simple little curl route. The defense gave him enough cushion to just turn around on the little 5-yard hook. Here we go, 3rd and 5. 3 wide receivers on the far side for Wright. He's looking to throw on the far side, and he'll throw it short. Hit as he threw. Great pressure coming in from Jonesboro, and it's now 4th down.
Pass rush, force that incompletion right there. Good defensive pass rush by them, hitting him as he throws, and that brings up a 4th down play here, and we'll see what they do. Again, he's probably their punter would be my guess, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah, nobody in the backfield. He's going to punt it away. Nice little punt, had plenty of spiral on it, and it'll bounce down to about the 45-yard line.
And not a huge punt there, but they do get it away and flip some of the field position. Jonesboro coming back out here looking for a clean possession. And again, a touchdown right here could really separate things. And that's just what the doctor would order for them. And we'll see what Cross Jumper can come out here and do as we still are playing under the rain tonight.
Some of the best starting field position for Jonesboro here tonight on this drive from their own 44-yard line. They've started in Searcy territory before at the Searcy 49-yard line. That set up that touchdown pass at the end of the second quarter. Let's see what they do here on their own territory. Here's Thomas back into the game. He'll try to find the corner out there on the outside run, gets to the far side hash marks, picks up about 3 yards on first down. So now 2nd and 7 coming up.
Like Connor Clark is down on the field.
And a big tight end there for Jonesboro. He's a little banged up down there.
He's struggling.
Yeah, didn't see what happened on the run there from the outside, but with 8:25 left to play here in the third quarter, let's go ahead and step aside for a quick break here on Tubetown. Your score 17-7, Jonesboro leading Searcy. We're back with more after this.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Manus and Blake Gwynn back here with you in Jonesboro, where Connor Clark making his way off of the field now. Just he's walking all right, just kind of favoring his left leg, it appears to be. But he hopped up just fine and is making his way off the field now.
Starting tight end for the Canes. That'll be something to watch, see if he can come back in there. Big time blocker for them, caught a few passes for him tonight as well. They'll go right back to work without him.
And just a sophomore, too, for Jonesboro, so bright future ahead of him. 2nd and 7 coming up now for Jonesboro. Handoff to George. Nope, it's an option. Jumper going to keep it himself, rushes forward. Ball's down to about the 50-yard line, a pickup of about 3, maybe 4. 3rd and manageable coming up for Jonesboro.
Good keep there for Jumper. Good read there and just runs it right up the gut, gets a big gain.
2 wide receivers on either side, but they'll give it right up the gut to George. George gets the first down, breaks a tackle. Got hit pretty hard right about the 43-yard line. He'll fall forward to the 41, and a new set of downs coming up for Jonesboro. Boy, he took some punishment at the end of that run.
Yeah, he did. Impressive broken tackle. How does he come out of this? And somehow spin cycles, gets out of it, and then he gets bonked pretty good there, but good run there.
I think DeMarcus Neal on the tackle there. Jumper looking to throw here on first down. Flushed out of the pocket, running to the far side. Makes a toss. He'll just throw it far out of bounds as he didn't have anybody to go to there. And that's a senior level move there from the sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, good call there. Nothing doing. You've got a new set of downs already. Just throwing it out of bounds. Don't make it a mistake. Again, good call. And he's just a sophomore. You give him a couple of years of decision-making ability, and he's going to be really dangerous at the quarterback position. Already solid.
And he's already 6'2" as well, so not going to do anything but grow taller, stand taller in that pocket. 2nd and 10 coming up here. Going to get an audible. 3 wide receivers on the far side for him. 1 lined up here on the near side. Lutz has been his favorite target tonight. He's lined up in the slot. Play action. Going over the middle. Caught at the 25-yard line by Saeed Wilson.
Good catch by Wilson. That's not an easy catch to make up the center. You're hearing all kinds of footsteps. You're falling backwards. You know you're about to get slammed. He hangs on to the pass. Big gain and a good throw there by Cross Jumper to hit him.
Stood in there tall, picked up another new set of downs. 5th play of this drive coming up with 7:30 left to play. There's the option. Oh, and that was just a good defensive play either way. I don't think it would have mattered if Jumper handed it off or not. The defense was in the backfield. Take a look.
Might have gotten to the line of scrimmage if he'd have handed that off, but again, just a good defensive play. Got to give you credit there to Searcy.
2 receivers on either side for Jumper, looking to throw. Vertical routes. Lutz is diving out and can't get to it.
Boy, he almost had it completely outstretched by Lutz there, and he almost has this catch. Not just a terrible throw there by Jumper. Lutz almost catches it on the dive. Hit him right in the hands, but that's tough.
If that's
tough.
Not raining, he's got a lot better chance to haul that in.
And he's still got to haul it into the ground, even if he does get it in his hands there. But, boy, it was close.
So 3rd and 16 now coming up for Jonesboro. Fake the handoff, going over the middle, looking for Wilson once again, and it's a bit too tall for his intended receiver. So 4th down now coming up for the Hurricane, and offense looks like they're staying out there on the field.
I don't mind that miss there by Jumper. You know, he had to keep it to the left. The defender was right on his tail. He let him just a bit too much, but at the end of the day, worst-case scenario, incomplete pass. 4th down coming up now.
Looking like they're going to throw. Got trips wide receivers here on the near side, setting up a bubble screen, but they're going to take it deep instead. Just threw a duck. It's intercepted at the 5. Taken out to the 15, the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 down the far sideline. Knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Excuse me, the 46-yard line. And Searcy kind of treated that one like a punt return.
Well, let me tell you, that interception was not the worst-case scenario there for Jonesboro. It was like a punt. You don't mind for him to intercept that football right there on that one. It was the return that was the problem.
I think we might have a flag here as one of the referees.
And see, that's huge if you do. Again, it's a turnover on downs. Even if that pass falls incomplete, the field position would have been fine had they just stopped him in there. That's not the worst-case scenario for you when you throw a pass like that. But that return all the way back flipping the field is what you wanted to avoid, whether you punted or whether you threw an interception. It does look like this pass, judging by where they're lining up, is going to be backed up. We'll see what they say here. Should get a call here from the White Hat.
We get a blindside block here.
That one too often.
Yeah, you really don't. Head official probably had to get some clarification on what signal to make. He probably doesn't have to call that one too often.
Which one do I do here, guys?
See the interception thrown up, and that could have been drawn up that way because he just threw it up for grabs.
Yeah, the interception. I'm trying to see where this blindside block might have been. I didn't see it on that angle, but again, yeah, the interception is an okay outcome there because you're on 4th down anyway, so if it's incomplete. So where they get the ball, that is not just devastating. It would have been a turnover on downs even if that pass would have fallen incomplete.
Yeah. Well, that blindside block must have occurred somewhere back here. So it must have happened right after the interception as Guthrie taking it up the gut, slinging off about 3 defenders with him.
It changed that from a 50-yard interception return to literally just a punt on that end.
Yeah, take another look at the pick. Instead, just threw a duck. It's intercepted at the 5. Still waiting to see. There it is right there, I think, right on big number 31. Here on 1st and 10, it's an incomplete pass out to the far side, but yep, it looked like Albert George was the one who took that blow.
It was certainly a hard hit. I don't see that call a whole lot. A lot of times a block in the back is one thing, a blindside block is another.
There you see Tony Young with his helmet off, standing over near the first down marker. 3rd and 6, incomplete pass. That'll bring up 4th and 6. So a quick 4th down for the Searcy Lions.
Just like that interception didn't hurt them whatsoever thanks to the blindside block. Again, we have to remember Wright is their kicker as well. So a pooch kick likely coming. Yeah, he backs up. He's going to probably pooch this thing.
And nobody back deep to return for Jonesboro either. It'll go out of bounds. Looks like it went out roughly around the 45-yard line. We'll see where the referee comes to spot this one at. He's continuing to walk it up. Looks like, are they going to mark this at the 49, 48?
And that's one of the disadvantages of not having a punter. That hurts you right there. And Jonesboro does have the ability to flip the field. Searcy doesn't. And Jonesboro get the ball at midfield here, good field position, and they don't need any help at all. So we'll have see Jonesboro have another chance here. The interception last time out, and we'll see what they do coming back the other way.
Well, Blake, it's 6:03 left to play in the 3rd quarter, and Searcy has had the ball for not even 2 minutes of this 3rd quarter. Jonesboro defense doing a great job coming out of the locker room. Here's a handoff to George right up the gut on 1st and 10. He'll pick up 1 yard, so 2nd and 9 now on the way for Jonesboro.
Jonesboro playing a little more conservative coming out here in the second half. They do have the lead. That's perfectly fine. They are the clock killers in this half. Searcy killed the clock on themselves last half.
Absolutely.
Jonesboro's run the clock down. They've slowed their offensive tempo down a little bit, running the football with George. And so, like you said, not much time with the ball so far for Searcy.
3 wide receivers. Again, another handoff. No, play action. Jumper looking to throw. Got his tight end. That's Connor Clark back into the game. He's stopped right around the 1st down marker, and I think they're going to spot him 2 yards shy. So nice little pickup through the air will bring up 3rd and 2.
Good to see Clark back in the game. Good little throw and catch. Short 3rd down situation for Jonesboro.
Good job hauling that one in, too, with the defender hot on his tail. There's an audible on the way. Same look for Jonesboro. 3 wide receivers. It's Jumper on the keeper. He's going to rush ahead across the 40-yard line. Got a new set of downs as he makes his way to the 36 of Searcy.
That's all the Canes want to do. Just keep moving the football, keep advancing their field position. Good little keeper there by Jumper. Good 1st down for them. Clock will continue to move, and that's just what you want of Jonesboro. If they can get a score at the end of this drive, things will be looking great.
Yeah, in comparison to Searcy's last drive, this is just the 4th play for Jonesboro. They've already had it for over a minute. Searcy ran 4 plays their last drive and had it for about 45 seconds. 1st down run here for George. Oh, and a Lion came out of that pile with the football. Did he just steal that right out of Albert George's hands?
I'm not sure about that.
I think one of the referees is pointing towards the turf and signaling 2nd down Jonesboro.
Yeah, I think I think he was down already when he got that fumble.
Hayden Miles came sprinting out of the pile with the football. Take a look, George, right up the middle here. And his forward momentum should have been blown dead, but I don't know. That's questionable. The pile was continuing to move, and that's Sawyer Jackson was the one to come out of that pile with the football.
That is. We saw something similar a couple of weeks ago at Nettleton.
We did.
Something very similar to that, and it ended up being a big momentum changer.
It absolutely did. There's the play action going deep, looking for Wilson. Wilson with a nice over-the-shoulder grab. He hauled it in inside the 5-yard line. Saeed Wilson with a Sports Center-worthy grab.
Andy, I'm going to tell you something. That was an incredible catch. That was an incredible throw. He hit him right where he needed to hit him, and at that point it was on Wilson to make the catch, and he brought it in. That was an unbelievable play. a next level type play for a quarterback and a wide receiver.
Now 1st and goal coming up here. There's the handoff to George. George following his blockers, gets a nice little push from behind, and it will cross the goal line for another Jonesboro touchdown.
Big Jonesboro touchdown there. You know, they get a quick, fast 3-and-out on defense, and then they turn around and flip the other field. The throw and catch, take a look. This is a beauty, an absolute beauty, both by the quarterback and the wide receiver. Absolutely beautiful way to continue to push the momentum in your direction.
And there you see the touchdown rush from Albert George. Got a nice little push from his offensive line, and Garrett Childers will hit the extra point attempt.
$100.
And some more, a little extracurricular activities going on here.
Yeah, that's not good.
Searcy, looked like a few Searcy players and a few Jonesboro players got face mask to face mask.
Good job by the coaches to get out there and got their guys back to their sidelines. And you know what? You like to see competitive nature. We're going to have a flag on that play. But you like to see competitive nature. It's okay if things get a little chippy. You like the spirit of it. We just don't want it to go too far. The coaches got them broken up, and everybody's back on their sidelines. So no harm, no foul, except for 15 yards. It'll probably be offsetting would be my guess.
I would assume so, as the score is now 24-7. The referee's out having a conference at about the 25-yard line. Trying to get all their ducks in a row.
Looks like a guy keeping a record down there. He's writing a little bit of a novel, so we'll see. This one ought to be fun.
Wonder how he does that in the rain. I mean, they've got the ponchos on. His book's got to be getting wet.
You got a Palm Pilot.
There you see the unsportsmanlike conduct. So it is offsetting penalties, as Blake mentioned, and they'll make sure to note the number of both players as well. They each have that one penalty to their credit here in the football game, so can't get another or else they will be removed from play.
Yep, and that's it. Like I said, things didn't get too far. No punches thrown. It was you're going to see that in football. That's part of the contact sport.
Absolutely.
And so we move on, but I'm going to tell you something, Andy. Good drive for Jonesboro. That's just what they needed. The defense forces a big 3-and-out, and then they turn around and score very, very quickly with a great drive.
6 plays, 51 yards, and it took 1 minute and 59 seconds off of the clock here in the third quarter. So just a very well put together drive. Had some great starting field position and made the most of it there with a 3-yard touchdown rush from Albert George. Well, both teams getting ready to take the field now after that touchdown rush, an extra point.
And this is where, if you're Searcy, I feel like even though we've still got a lot of football left to play, you really need a score or at least a good ball-moving drive. A quick 3-and-out again by Jonesboro, and all of a sudden this thing can become lopsided in a hurry. This all of a sudden turns into a big possession for the Lions.
Yeah, if you don't score here, the game certainly isn't over, but the door is beginning to close a little bit more quickly if you're a Lions fan.
What was that?
Jonesboro with a little deke there, trying to fake them out.
They're ready for they were ready for the rumble there.
Childers will kick it away now, and this one will bounce at the 1 and roll back into the back of the end zone. So again, the Lions will have to come back out on their own 20-yard line.
Again, like you said, this is not a game decider, but it is one of those things where if Searcy cannot get on the board here, if they go through a quick 3-and-out and Jonesboro can respond, this game starts to look pretty bleak for them. However, with that being said, Searcy is still just one score away from really just getting themselves right back up off the mat here. So this is a big critical drive here, as critical as a drive can get in the third quarter for a team.
I think I've counted 10 offensive drives for the Lions tonight. 7 of them have started at the 20 or further behind.
That's that kicking game that they have. Ooh,
and here's
sack.
a sack here for the Jonesboro defense. Gang tackled is Peyton Wright. 3 black jerseys in there on top of them.
You want to talk about a team that can't do much wrong right now. Big sack. Looked like that was 91 on that. We'll find him on our roster. But a big sack there for them. This is the team. This is the Jonesboro team we've been wanting to see. Kevin Pointer on that sack there. Good sack for him.
Yeah, makes it Like I said, 2nd and 20 with 3:28 to play in the third quarter. 4 wide receivers set, right looking to throw. It's a screen pass, and it is dropped by Guthrie.
Something we have to focus on here, Andy, and this is a big factor. Searcy does not really have a punter. If they go 3 and out right here and have to punt this football from their own end zone, I'm going to tell you, this thing's going to take a turn in a hurry because they really don't have a punter.
Yeah, it's been Peyton Wright just dropping it off his foot from about 3 feet behind the center all night long. Facing pressure again, stands in the pocket, tossed out to the 20-yard line, and it's incomplete. And a little bit of extracurricular activity here between Griffin Love and the defensive back.
Yeah, I was saying, let him go. You've got the 3 and out you wanted, and now this is the situation we talked about. Wright does the punting for them. He's really not a punter. He's just been kind of pooch kicking it, and I'm going to tell you something. They're in trouble here. They need something from these guys.
There's that pooch kick. It went off the back of one of the offensive linemen. Takes a Searcy bounce down to the 33-yard line. But that's what we were talking about. Searcy needed to avoid.
Yeah, you didn't want to go 3 and out right there. Hit his dude right in the tuchus, and that's just what we're talking about. I mean, that is, you don't think about that a lot in high school football, but that situation right there is killer. Jonesboro has got to take advantage of it. They have been handed a Christmas present here by this team without the punter, and if they score here, all of a sudden they are starting to bring the hammer out.
Yeah, this is the best starting field position for Jonesboro all night, other than that fumble they recovered back in the second quarter. 1st and 10, screen pass setting up. Caught by George across the 30, the 25, 20. He breaks free. 5, touchdown, Jonesboro.
How about that, Andy?
What a play. One play, 35 yards.
You have to give a lot of credit to both guys there. Jumper was in trouble. He had the pass rush bearing down on him, and he finds George, and then George just makes something out of nothing there for the touchdown. And again, that is huge. They really, really have put Searcy behind the 8 ball there.
So now Childers on to attempt another extra point, and he will nail it as he has done all night long. So a quick strike from the Hurricane. A 34-yard touchdown pass on a screen play from cross jumper to Albert George. The extra point's good, makes it 31-7 with 2:59 left to play here in the third quarter. We're back with more of the third quarter here on Tubetown right after this. Live local from Ritter Communications.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Take another look at this 34-yard touchdown pass from Jumper to George on the screen. Catches it and just breaks free of the defense. And Jonesboro has hopped out to a big lead here in the third quarter. It's now 31-7. Searcy awaiting the kick. And again, Childers puts it back to the end zone.
You can really you can say a lot about the kicking game, and you mentioned where Searcy has started nearly every one of their drives from their own end of the field, and then we just saw the punting situation with a literal butt kick, and it completely fulfilled in one play. Jonesboro's in the end zone, and then you've got the difference of the game here.
That one play from Jonesboro on that last drive took a grand total of 9 seconds off of the game clock here in the third quarter. So again, Jonesboro putting up points in a hurry. I talked about it during the halftime break. Could be in the makings of a rout here in Jonesboro. Play action, looking to throw, got a man wide open on the far sideline. He tiptoes the sideline, cuts back to the middle of the field at the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, can't get to the end zone, but what a big play for the Searcy Lions. Man, and they needed that from Tim Williams.
Boy, Searcy needed that so bad. things were going so poorly for them leading up to that, and he was wide open. Nobody within about 10 yards of him, and he gets her all the way down near the end zone. Here we go.
Guthrie on the 1st and goal handoff.
Shut down there.
Yeah, just ran right into a pile. Can't get across the goal line, so 2nd and goal now coming up.
They need to punch this in, and they're knocking on the door right here. But again, man, Searcy, they had to have something like that go their way because things were about to get out of hand on them.
How did he get so open?
I don't know. He just
there?
got forgotten about. He was in a forgotten man's territory, and all the quarterback had to do was be put in his vicinity, and he could go get it.
Guthrie lined up at tailback, but it's going to be Peyton Wright who is helped out with his offensive line. He'll cross the goal line and put 6 points on the board for the Searcy Lions here with 2:07 to play here in the 3rd quarter. What a quick strike there from the Searcy Lions to answer that one-play drive from the Hurricane.
Yeah, in less than about 1 minute clock time, we've had 2 big scores. Searcy is going from on the ropes to all of a sudden having a little bit of life left in them again.
Extra point on the way, and good. So Peyton Wright scoring all 14 points here tonight for the Searcy Lions. And again, some jawing going on between the two teams. Kevin Pointer's telling them to go back to their sideline. Searcy Lions will do just that. And again, they put in 7 points on the scoreboard. 2:07 left to play in the 3rd quarter here on Tubetown.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Andy Manus and Blake Gwynn back with you here in Jonesboro, where the Searcy Lions have just found the end zone for the first time since their opening drive of the football game. 2:07 left to play in the 3rd. It's a 1-yard touchdown rush from Peyton Wright across the goal line, set up by an excellent pitch and catch from Wright to Tim Williams. Now they are back into this ball game.
Yeah, Searcy needs a defensive stop here, and, like I said, they've got a little bit of hope once again. Jonesboro really had them against the ropes, and a big touchdown play for them, and now it's on the defense.
Kickoff will take a bounce, won't go out of bounds. It's fielded by Jonesboro. Here's Wilson. Wilson circling the defense will take it down the far sideline all the way to the 49-yard line. A little Houdini act out there from Saeed Wilson.
It looked like he was dead to rights when he caught that football, and then he just somehow found a way to get around everybody and get them back across midfield. Once again, great field position for Jonesboro. Let's take a look at this guy.
Picks it up, facing the wrong direction, spins around. Looked like he had a pretty good shot to take it a little bit further down the field if he had managed to cut back towards midfield. But instead he's bumped out, and Jonesboro comes out 1st and 10 from their own 48. George will take the handoff, take it right up the gut, and runs into a wall of white jerseys. Couple of Searcy Lions there to greet him. Ben Donnell, one of the Lions, right in the mix.
Good defensive play there for them. They need a couple more just like it.
2nd and 9 coming up. Jonesboro's got the play they want. Time to go with it. 1:37 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. No time left on the play clock. I guess they're keeping it down on the field. Hunter Clark goes in motion to the far side. Jumper takes the snap, fires it over the middle. Oh, nearly hauled in by Tate Lutz. That would have been another spectacular grab for Lutz here in this ball game, but instead it's 3rd and 9 coming up.
You could tell Lutz wanted to have that. That was a good throw by Jumper, and Lutz caught it off his fingertips. Would have been a great catch if he would have made it, but he wanted to have that one, and he was close to having it.
Pocket started to collapse, got some good protection though, and just right off his hands. So now 3rd and 9 coming up. Jonesboro needs to get a first down here. Searcy wants to get that football back after that touchdown. They're going to bring pressure here on 3rd and 9. They sack Jumper, nearly lost the football, and they're going to say he is down as the Lions try to fight for it, but Jumper just got swallowed up by the pressure immediately. There's the blitz right up the gut, and then tackled by Ben Donnell.
Good defensive stand there for them, forces a Jonesboro punt, and all of a sudden, if you're Searcy, you can make this thing a ball game again with the one score on offense.
Yep, Childers standing back inside his own 30-yard line, ready to punt this one away. One man back deep inside their 20 to return this one. They're giving Childers a lot of credit. He's got to go down to get the snap, and what a punt. Caught at the 20. Dodged the initial wave of defenders across the 30, dragging one down across the 35-yard line. And that's Leonard, who takes a pretty nasty hit there at the end of that, and lost his drawers as well.
Yeah, that
he got hit so hard they knocked his pants
and
off.
he was dragging a guy along with him, and he may have busted his britches there coming out of it. But boy, all of a sudden, Searcy moving and looking well coming out on offense.
Yep, 38 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. A 3-and-out for Jonesboro. Gives it back to the Lions at their own 35-yard line. Here we go. There's the handoff to Guthrie, right up the gut. Across the 40. Well, he is just weaving in and out of the defense there on first down to make it second and short. What a run.
Big-time run for them, second and short, and Searcy's got a little momentum back. They showing some signs of life here.
Quick snap, they're ready for it. Another handoff to Guthrie. Guthrie running to his left. He's got the first down as he crosses the 50. At about the 49 is where he's going to be spotted on the far side hash marks.
Searcy moving the ball quickly, and again, they know where they're at in this ball game, and right now they're doing all the right things.
Ready to snap it immediately. Another handoff to Guthrie. Guthrie just lowers his shoulder. He breaks free across the 30, the 25. He's hit and knocked down at the 20. A big pickup on the ground from Johnson Guthrie.
We can't talk enough about Guthrie. He is doing the entire workload, blocking and all. They've got one back in the backfield, and he is just making things happen right now, and that's how we'll close the third quarter.
The Lions got a little bit of momentum working their way as we head to the fourth. They put up a touchdown, their first since the opening drive to break the scoring drought, and now they are threatening once again as we head to the fourth. We're back after these messages with a score of 31-14, Jonesboro leading Searcy, coming up here on Tubetown.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Andy Manus and Blake Gwynn back here in Jonesboro to start the fourth quarter between the Hurricane and the Searcy Lions. And it has been a fun football game to be a part of. 31-14 is the score, but Searcy is threatening to score. They're in the red zone.
Searcy can find a way to put one in the end zone here, and we have got our ball game back. You know, things looked bleak for them a while ago when Jonesboro got that quick touchdown.
Yeah, got a chance to make it a 10-point ball game. They're going to go right back to Guthrie on 1st and 10. He's inside the 10. And again, another first down for the Lions. 1st and goal coming up.
The front for the Lions just doing a terrific job. And one of them's limping a little bit right there, but doing a terrific job opening up the gaps for their running backs tonight.
Jesus Hernandez, a little slow to get up. He's the center. He's back ready to snap this football, though, for the Lions. 1st and goal coming up. Oh, Jonesboro wants to bring pressure. You see the ends starting to creep in there. Jamarcus Wright might have given it away a little bit too early. 3 seconds left on the play clock. They get the snap off. There's the handoff to Guthrie. Guthrie cuts back as he was running to his left, and he ran right into the arms of a waiting defender.
Yeah, I think you saw a situation there where Hernandez was hurt a little bit, and that was kind of where the problem happened on their line. Guy snuck in there and got him. Otherwise, he could have danced clear into the end zone.
And he's headed off the field.
He's got to come out. Yeah, he's hobbling a little bit. He's been big for them tonight, and he struggled a little bit on that last play, limping. He tried to stay in the game. Got to admire that effort, but that was the weak spot that time on that play.
Yeah, so Damone Lockhart will come in and spell him. So Lockhart now taking snaps. Let's see if there's any miscues between quarterback and center. Clean snap, rolling out, back of the end zone, incomplete. Trying to find Leonard in the back of the end zone, and again, it's too tall, as we've seen happen a lot tonight.
Missed opportunity there. He was wide open. He had about a 5-yard clearance there, and the pass did hit him in the hands. Probably should have been caught, but that should have been 6 for the Lions, and you don't want to give too many. Yeah, he ought to have that.
Oh, yeah.
Shouldn't. Don't want to give too many of those back, but they've still got 2 more chances to throw this thing in there.
Yeah, definite 4-down territory here against the Hurricane, trailing by 3 scores with 10:51 to play here in the ball game. 2 backs in the backfield, Guthrie standing to the right, and a new back, Owen Stewart, standing to the left. And now Stewart will stand ahead of Wright. Wright looked like he called an audible or a hot route. Screen going the other way, knocked down and incomplete. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen to the offensive lineman, Drew Vest, over here. You don't see that happen too often.
Yeah, it was an attempt at a trick play, and good defensive awareness there by Jonesboro. And watch him step in there and bat that pass down. That's going to be Jamarcus Wright, it looks like. Yeah, bats that pass down. Good defensive awareness, because, they were trying to deke them, and he had his head on a swivel and knocked that pass down. And it looks like they're gonna kick it here.
Yeah, going to try to put about a 25-yard field goal through the uprights here. Oh, and there's the offside, or a play blown dead. I'm not sure if it was an offsides or false start.
That's going to put them out of field goal range.
More than likely. So they'll back them up 5 more yards, and the rain continuing to fall, as you see on your screen.
This is
interesting. Coming down heavy tonight.
And he's going to try to kick this again. This is a pretty good sized field goal for them.
This will be close to 30. Didn't get the snap cleanly, but he set it down, and it goes through the uprights. How about that? All 17 points tonight scored by quarterback Peyton Wright.
Yep, every one of them. He is their guy tonight. Good kick for him. Almost blocked here. And he gets it off and gets it through. And Searcy's still looking, man. They've got to have a defensive stop here. But they are still in this ball game. And Peyton Wright has just been unbelievable the way he has carried this football team tonight.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody score all of their team's points.
All of them.
Literally all of them. I mean, I guess you do see that happen when the team goes for 2 every time, and you don't see them attempt the extra point.
Right. But even then, it gets mixed up. I mean, this guy has just been everything to him tonight, and then sinks the field goal. Not a slouchy field goal attempt either.
And now he'll come out and
kick
it away.
He'll kick off, and they've got a guy. They've got one running back in the backfield right now. They've got Wright, and then he's doing all the kicking too. So this has been really a 2-man show for the most part on offense and special teams for the Lions.
Onside kick attempt covered by Jonesboro, and I think they blew it dead before it got started. I think we might have had an offsides on Searcy.
That not sure where the offsides occurred, but it looked like to me looks like Damian Young was pretty close to that one as far as the onside kick went, but he may have been offsides, may have been why he was so close on that one.
Hurricane move everybody up close to guard against the onside kick. There's the kick from Wright, and then it'll head out of bounds about the 28-yard line. So that'll be a penalty. We'll move this one up for the Hurricane.
More good field position.
Should move it up to about the 35 or 40, correct?
Should be. That's where. See where they head with this one, but
like about the 40. I think.
Good field position. For Jonesboro once again, been a big factor tonight. And again, Jonesboro here in this fourth quarter, they need a time-eating drive that ends in a score, particularly a touchdown, and they'll be in really good shape here. So no need to get in a big hurry.
Yeah, they were killing the clock in the third quarter. I mean, just milking time away. Weren't doing anything special to do it either. Just chaining good plays together. Didn't have too many incompletions. That penalty will back them up 5 yards, though, here on 1st and 10. So now 1st and 15 coming up from their own 35.
Again, still no need to get in just a huge hurry. You want to pick up some yardage, eat some of this clock out. You don't want a quick 3 and out, and because Searcy will definitely have life. There's still time for them in this game. Time of possession is going to be critical here for Jonesboro.
1st and 15, 3 wide receivers. Clark in at tight end, lined up here on the near side. Searcy bringing pressure. It's George on the handoff. Takes a slip at the 35-yard line, and we talked about that all game long, getting ready to plant and cut, and you saw it there. George just couldn't find his footing.
Like you said, kind of when we started, that turf is so good about grip most of the time, but when it gets wet like this, and you lose a lot of that grip that you had, and it looked like he lost his grip there.
Yeah, a little Karate Kid sweep the leg on the defender there by accident as well. 3 wide receivers. George again in the backfield. 2nd and 14 coming up. Play clock at 6. Play action, looking to throw. Jumper's flushed out of the pocket, just throws it away. And Clark was over there on the near sideline, so they're not going to throw a flag for grounding. Oh, the Jumper was in fear for his life on that play.
Yeah, he had to get rid of that. He didn't need to take a sack back that deep into territory. 3rd down here, and Jonesboro's not eating much time off the clock. They need a ball-moving drive here, a ball-moving pass, or some sort of play here, because, again, they have not eaten any time off the clock.
No, there's been about 40 seconds taken off the clock here on this drive. They got it with 10:47 to play in the 4th, and now sitting at 10:03, so just a shade over that. 4 wide receivers for Jumper. Stands in the pocket, just throws it on the turf, trying to set up another screen play for George. Looked similar to the one that they scored on in the last quarter.
Yeah, you got to like what Searcy's doing on defense. Sending that pass rush. They're giving Jumper no time to make decisions, and he's just having to get rid of the football. Nothing he can do at that point but get rid of it, and he's done a good job keeping himself poised despite the rushers being in his face the entire drive.
Stops the clock with 10 minutes even here as Jonesboro's on to punt it away. Childers standing back on the other side of his own 20. Leonard is standing back at his own 25, ready to receive the punt. Great spiraling punt from Childers. Will take a bounce right through Leonard's legs. Did he touch it? If he did, that's Jonesboro football inside the 20, and it is. How about that? The Hurricane catching a big break here in the rain as Avion Reed, the senior Hurricane, comes up with it.
You know, you always hear it in baseball. You had to stay down on it, and that one just went right between his legs. He touched it as it went through his legs, and Jonesboro defenders were all over it. And this is, well, you just did not expect that, but the pressure was on, and
just
got his fingertips.
fingertip.
Looks like he just got his fingertips on it. Oh, that's close, but it did. Looked like it hit him in the fingertips, and Jonesboro with a huge play there, and now they can take their time and run the football and eat some time and get a score here from great field position.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. There's the handoff to George. No, Jumper keeps it himself on the option. Chased down from behind. He's dropped for a loss.
Good defensive play there by Searcy. That was a read, and they didn't give him much to read from, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Javion Washington, the sophomore defender.
Got a flag. What we had was a late flag. That's be some sort of personal foul there. That late.
Flag dropped right there at the 20-yard line.
Keep seeing that pink flag. I'm like, what penalty is that?
What is this?
Yeah, okay.
And as you said, that happened well after the play. It is unsportsmanlike.
That's on Searcy. Oh, that's a big penalty.
Yep, it was that player's first.
That doesn't make any sense why you would do that there. I don't understand why your back's against the wall and you do something like that to hurt your team there.
And now it's a 1st and goal. And I think one of the players was down there perhaps arguing with the referee about Jonesboro's possession of the football.
Yeah, and you
questioning whether or not.
Looks like the coach, Coach Kelly, getting the story there. He doesn't seem to be real fired up. It may have been a situation where he said, listen, what did he do there? Because I want to know for future references. Again, that's an unfortunate situation there. You don't want to ever hurt your team like that, and that really changes things here. Jonesboro can take their time. They can run the football here, eat a little time in the other team's territory.
First and goal coming up here. George going to take it right up the gut across the 5-yard line, still moving his feet. Nearly lost the football as it was almost stripped out by one of the defenders, Brandon Benson. I think I saw he had his hands all over it.
Yeah, you just want to hang on to it. We saw that earlier with Lutz. When those guys are all around, you try to punch that football out. But, again, that's a good play there. That's perfect. You move the football closer. The clock continues to run, and you make progress towards a touchdown.
Albert George staying out there at the tailback position. See Saeed Wilson out there at wide receiver here on 2nd and goal. But I'd imagine you just got to give it right back to your workhorse and let him do his thing. George standing slightly to the left. He's going to take the handoff, running to the right. Oh, no, it's an option. Lost the football. Searcy came up with it.
I think Jumper got it back.
Oh, wow.
Luckily, no, Jumper got it. He got it back there. Boy, that was close now, Andy. I'm telling you, that is now, by golly, you didn't want that. And the clock continues to run. Not the end of the world there, but good heads-up play by Jumper to have a nose for the football there.
Yeah, Tristan Alcorn, the Searcy Lion, to come out of that pile with the football, and he was looking at the referee like, man, we got the ball.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and goal coming up here. George still in the backfield, standing to the right of Jumper. There's the snap. Play action. Throwing to the corner of the end zone. Looking for Wilson, and Wilson cannot haul it in. The defender all in his face on that one.
I kind of ran into a wall just like our camera did right there.
Exactly. So that'll bring up 4th and goal, and so Childers will come back out for a chip shot of a field goal attempt.
You can get this field goal here again. That's not a complete waste. You drove the ball down the field. You killed a bunch of clock time. You still get the score. It adds another possession onto it. And, again, you can just come back down and force Searcy's hand. So, again, good field goal here. If they can make this, it's still a victory for the Canes.
And get those 3 points back you gave up to Searcy a minute ago. And Childers stays perfect on the night. About a 20-yard field goal he'll put through. And that will make the lead 34-17. Jonesboro still leading Searcy. Time running out for the Lions. 8:07 left to play in the 4th quarter here on Tubetown. Live local from Ritter Communications.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Andy Manus and Blake Gwynn back here with you in Jonesboro, where the Hurricane tacked on another 3 points here in the 4th quarter. They now lead this one 34-17, 8:07 to play in this playoff seeding game.
So far, Jonesboro showing that they're the team that deserves to be there when it's all said and done with. Searcy has hung tough. Jonesboro with a big field goal right there. Now it's you're to the point there. If you're Searcy, you need a quick score. You need to go down and get you a quick score. Jonesboro's going to be trying to force their hand.
Got a scoring update for you in an important 4A game. Rivercrest trailing to Westside 20-13 in the 4th quarter.
Uh-oh. Westside is real. They're the real thing this year. You love that for Bobby Engel. He's done such hard work there, and it's great to see them playing well.
Childers going to give Young a chance to return this one. It's Young back in the football game over there? No, that's Leonard in the game. That 7 looked like a 1. He brings it out to the 25-yard line. A little bit of pushing after the tackle. And the players will have to be kind of separated here. You see a couple of black jerseys over there near the sideline.
Yeah, we need to get the Canes off the other sideline over there. That could get nasty in a hurry. This game has gotten chippy. This has happened multiple times tonight. And we got to stop this. This is not what you want to see. And these two teams multiple times, and it seems like particularly after kicks, the field goals and then this kickoff have come together and had words. And you can see, I tell you what I do like. You can see Coach right there giving his team an earful about what's happening there, and he's not happy. And I'm gonna tell you,
I think he's giving the referee an earful.
Yeah.
I don't think he's giving the team an earful. Coach Kelly's animated. He and one of the side officials are they're in a bit of a pointing match with one another.
Yeah, and you know, again, this has happened multiple times. That Jonesboro was on that side of the field, no penalty flags thrown. This is certainly something you've got to address if you're both coaches. You see him motioning towards Jonesboro's sideline. He clearly wanted Jonesboro's players to stay on their side of the field. The play took them over there, so it's not like they crossed it. But
you could tell by his hand motions.
I'm going to tell you, I don't think he's happy with his team either. He was not happy after their last unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Now this happens, and he says, guys, this is enough. But this has got to we got to watch this as the game goes on. These two teams have kind of been at each other all night long. All right, let's get to playing football.
Yeah, I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this conversation.
We got to get to playing football. It's going on long enough. Let's go.
7:59 left to play in the fourth quarter, and it will be Searcy football at the 30-yard line. And this is a lengthy discussion.
Yeah. This, you know, we're talking about pace of play here. This is.
And I think they're continuing to get more animated as this conversation goes along.
It does appear. It appeared the official began to get a little frustrated with the conversation, and finally Coach Kelly just walked off. Yeah, them two are not.
He's putting his headset back on, and he's not going to let the referee have the last word.
Yeah, they're probably not going to be making any memories of Pizza Inn after this one. They don't like each other anymore. That seemed to be civil for a while, and it got a little nasty there at the end.
It sure did. Not going to be sending any Christmas cards to his house.
Mm-hmm.
1st and 10, low snap. Picked up by Wright and handed off to Guthrie. Guthrie ran right into a wall of black, and it will be 2nd and 10 coming up. Make that 2nd and 11.
Time continues to tick off, and we are in time counting territory if you're the Lions.
Do want to note that the referee that Coach Kelly is over there talking to is the sideline official on his sideline.
Yeah, they're not getting away from each other anytime
soon.
soon.
They're going to have to bear with each other here for the last 7:33 of this game and counting. You see line official over there.
He probably made fun of his poncho.
Could have been. Looking to throw on 2nd and 10. Nobody in the vicinity of that one. I don't know if it was just a bad pass or a miscue.
Looked like the pass was wobbly and there was nobody standing over there. So misread on both sides there. And again, 3rd down, Searcy, well, they need a play here. This thing is getting to the point to where time is of the essence. If they've got to get the ball back here, it could really let things be in Jonesboro's hands.
2 wide receivers on either side for Wright. Guthrie in the backfield. There's the snap, looking to throw to the near side. Over the middle now instead. Caught at the 35-yard line. Falls down near the 39. That's the line to gain. And it's going to be a 1st down Lions. Catching a break there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's a big play. They had to have that. Clock does continue to run. They need to get the ball on the move. They need to score. But that's a big play there.
The clock should have stopped on the 1st down. But I guess they got the chains reset rather quickly. Play action, looking to throw now. Wright flushed out of the pocket, hit hard by 2 separate defenders. Jonesboro comes up with a loose football, but I believe he was well on the turf before he lost it.
He was on the turf, but he is lucky he didn't fumble it. When you get hit from behind like that, those are the ones that cause you to fumble it. He did hang on to it all the way down to the ground. But again, clock continues to tick, and Jonesboro holding a commanding lead.
That was Tim Williams on that 3rd down reception, by the way. He was the one who had that big catch that set up the touchdown back in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. Here we go, looking to throw. Hit as he throws. Chance for a scoop and score, but Jonesboro's just going to fall on top of it. What a hit by the Jonesboro defense, and it's Nate Light who comes up with the football for Jonesboro.
Looked like he was getting ready to release the football, and take a look.
Is that Kevin Pointer who gets the first hit?
Nope. He knocks his own blocker into him, and he gets hit from the blind side. He was getting ready to throw the football, and about the time he raised it up, he got hit with his own blocker because he was shoved into him by a Hurricane.
Jashad Stewart was the one who shoved the blocker into the quarterback, and that was You don't see that happen too often.
No, he used the blocker as a weapon and knocked him right into him, and all of a sudden Jonesboro is in full command.
6:24 left in the ball game. All they got to do is milk this one away now. There's the handoff to George. Follows his blocker. Across the 20. All the way down to the 17-yard line. A pickup of about 5.
All you want to do is run clock run if you're Jonesboro, and that's what they're doing. They're taking their time. They've slowed things down. A big 2 to 3 minute drive here and a touchdown is enough to put this thing away.
That's actually going to be a pickup of 3, so 2nd and 7 coming up now. Game clock ticking under 6 minutes. This is a huge chance for Jonesboro to put this one away, and this would be a big win for the Hurricane tonight. There's the snap. There's the handoff to George. A lot of running room across the 10, the 5, stiff arm, touchdown Jonesboro.
So much for eating clock, but oh well, you got the touchdown, and George with a big score there, and Jonesboro taking full advantage of that fumble, and a big run there for George. Look at the gap open up. Look at the good find by George, and a big touchdown right there, and Jonesboro puts Searcy's back squarely up against the wall.
18-yard touchdown rush from Albert George. I believe that's his 3rd score of the night. And now Childers on for the extra point. Oh, and the snapper was not ready for it, and so Childers has his perfect game ruined.
Yeah, saved him $100, but he that's his first one missed. He's literally scored every point up until this most recent touchdown, and then he gets he misses that one there. But big score there for Jonesboro, big forced fumble, and they take full advantage of it right now. Searcy's back squarely against the wall.
We're going to step aside for a quick break. We're back with more in the 4th quarter here on Tubetown.
You work here, you play here, you live here, and yet most of what you watch on television is about somewhere other than here. Until now, we proudly present Tubetown, TV about you. Tubetown is a Ritter Communications exclusive network featuring local sports, community events, unique and original programming from our community. Tubetown takes what's best about television, what's best about the community, and brings them together. Tubetown, only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Andy Maness and Blake Gwynn back here with you in Jonesboro, where the Hurricane have piled on another 6 points, missed the extra point, but they lead this one 40-17 with 5:37 to play in the ball game. And a little bit of breaking news here for you. The West Side Warriors have defeated the Rivercrest Colts. I believe the final score 20-13.
Yep, that's correct. And man, you gotta love that for Bobby Engel and that football team. They've worked so hard to bring that program back to life, and a huge marquee win for them.
Yeah, that could be one of the biggest wins in school history. You got to love it not only for Engel, but you got to love it for that West Side fan base as well. That's something to be happy about.
You're right. They are so dedicated. They show up even when the team was not playing very well. They went through several coaching changes there, and then they found the right guy in Bobby Engel, and he really turned the mood of the program around. And then a marquee win for them tonight against a great team. And they're for real. It's not just a big up. This is a good West Side football team. And so got to be really happy for Bobby Engel and the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about creating a culture of football, and that's what he's done in his time there. Guthrie on the handoff will get slammed down by Kevin Pointer, who does a nice little push-up there to celebrate that sack, and the head official did not like that at all.
He said, don't do that again. That's funny, but don't do that again. And I'll tell you, the momentum just squarely on the side of Jonesboro. They are fired up. They're doing everything right.
Ooh.
Yeah, you threw him down.
Kevin Pointer.
Yeah, that's good fun.
Welcome to the highlight reel.
Yep.
2nd and 15 coming up now. Wright looking to throw. Fires out to the far sideline. Incomplete.
That's all right. You got to have a touchdown here if you're the Lions. You got to have one. And they're 3rd and 15 here. Big play coming up. They're going to throw it past the first down markers here.
5:02 to play in this ball game, and a long ways to go here for the Lions. Jonesboro only bringing 3 down linemen here. They're backing everybody off into coverage. Pointer trying to get back in the backfield. That pass tossed out to the 25-yard line. Reeled in by Tim Williams. Shy of the first down marker by about 8 yards.
Going to have to go for it here.
That should be, I thought that should be 4th down, but I guess I was wrong. Oh, yeah, it should be 4th and 8. So they got it right now over on the sideline. 4 wide receivers for right. Guthrie standing to his left. Clock counting down from 4:30. Drops back, steps up. Now he's running with it, trying to get past the defender, but he is not letting go. That's Nate Light putting him on the spin cycle and getting the turnover on downs.
Again, Jonesboro's defense just coming out. You can just smell the momentum coming from that team. They are playing so hard right now. They're playing inspired football. They have played so well after a relatively poor start to this game. They have not made a lot of mistakes, and that is a dagger right there. Searcy had to have a touchdown there, and Jonesboro now comes back out. All they need to do is eat the clock, and they're in good position to get another score.
Yeah, starting from the Searcy 16-yard line. Oh, man, it has been raining all night, but now it's pouring on the Lions. 3 wide receivers Jonesboro's going to come out of the huddle with. George standing in the backfield, presumably awaiting the handoff, and there it is. And beg your pardon, not George in the backfield. That's going to be Dontarius McDonald, the junior, for the Hurricane.
That's his first carry for the night, I believe.
Yep, lost a shoe as well, so now he's got wet sock, and I can't tell you how aggravating that is.
That's nasty. That's squishy sock.
He's going to put it back in his shoe.
And he's got those little black granulated rubber material. Yeah, he's got to come off. That's you can't run without a shoe.
I mean, you can, but I wouldn't advise it.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
Not out here either. A little wet. New tailback into the backfield now. Michael Head into the backfield. Standing to the left, 3 wide receivers. Searcy's bringing pressure. Head's going to get the handoff. Cuts back up the middle of the field. Look at that. Make sure he had both hands on the football as he went through that hole. Got down near the 15-yard line. Just a sophomore carrying the football.
Yep, we're at a formality stage here for Jonesboro. They're getting in some of their guys that they want to see some action. Some of the other players. You're already a young team. You don't really say you're going to put in your young guys. The young guys are already in.
Got a lot of sophomores.
Yeah,
out
they
there.
do, but they're running in some of their other guys here, and just a great finish here for Jonesboro. They took advantage of Searcy's mistakes, and they were able to close this one out in spectacular fashion.
See if they keep it on the ground here with under 3 left to play, and they do. And again, that's Dontarius McDonald, wet feet and all, back into the football game, carrying it up the middle. 4th down coming up.
Probably throw another field goal their way here would be my guess. Let the play clock run down and kick a field goal.
Jonesboro going to have to finish out the year here at home, which is, going to have to finish it. Yeah, they finish out the year here at home with a game against Marion, but they hit the road next week against Sylvan Hills. That one was a knuckler off the foot of Childers, and it will be no good. So with 2:18 left to play here in the ball game, here comes Searcy.
Searcy, again, at this point, you're just kind of in damage control. Stop the bleeding mode. Rain continues to fall here in Jonesboro, but obviously solid final 3 quarters. Everything but the first quarter was a solid for Jonesboro. And here their defense just ready to close this one out and take a solid victory. And this is a good Searcy team. Now, they were hurt by the injuries to Tony Young. That really stung them bad. The weather at times seemed to shake Searcy, even though it shook Jonesboro a little bit more early. In the end of the day, I'm telling you, Jonesboro has beaten a very good football team tonight very handily.
Yeah, I mean, Searcy coming into tonight's game 6-1. And they'll be leaving here 6-2 with a conference record of 3-2 after tonight. So Jonesboro putting themselves in prime place as you see another big tackle there. I believe Kevin Pointer. Nope, not Kevin Pointer. But again, Jonesboro putting themselves in the driver's seat for that number 2 seed, and potentially, depending on the outcome of the final 3 games of the year for West Memphis, they could potentially sneak up there and grab just a piece of that conference title. Oh, and we had a wide receiver jump off sides there for the Lions. false start on, I believe, Brock Hohenstein out there.
Well, you saw what happened tonight with Rivercrest. And, you know, anything is possible. And if you're Jonesboro, all you want to do is position yourself to be there. And they have done what it takes to be there, to be sitting right there behind West Memphis.
And, again, didn't play them too poorly last week either.
No.
There's a handoff to Guthrie. Guthrie lowering his shoulder. He'll continue to go back to him as he crosses the 15-yard line.
You know, you're impressed with the play of guys like Albert George and Cross Jumper as sophomores against teams like West Memphis, against teams like Searcy, teams that are more experienced than you. Again, even though they lost West Memphis last week, they played them very tough. West Memphis is a great football team. And we've seen tonight what Jonesboro's capable of, and again, a young team. So much to be positive about.
There's a handoff running to the right. This time it's Owen Stewart into the game taking the carry. And he will push them forward about 5 yards. Now 4th and 8 coming up here for the Lions. New quarterback into the game for Searcy as well. I think that's Bryce Dixon in the backfield now. 45 seconds remaining here in the ball game. 10 seconds left on the play clock, so they'll let it tick down, and we should only have to run one more play after that, maybe.
Yeah, we'll tick this thing down, and Jonesboro can feel good about what's going on here tonight.
Yeah, come out in the victory formation. They just hand it off to the right. Gang tackle will bring the game clock down to 26 seconds, so Jonesboro will just have to come out in the victory formation, take a knee, and we can all head to the house, try to get dry and warm.
The dedicated Hurricane fans that have made it out to this one tonight with their umbrellas and rain jackets have seen a good performance for their team. What a goal, what a game for the Hurricane.
They'll come back out and let Jumper put the punctuation mark on it. And we'll make sure we give a special shout out to Jess Lowe while we have a moment. She
oh my goodness.
She provided some delicious brownie treats up here for the members of the media.
Yeah, they were good. They were spectacular.
They were pretty tasty.
I might have had one or four of them.
Yeah, I definitely had 4. I counted. Little chocolate cupcakes with peanut butter on top. Delicious. Very good. So Jumper will come back out. We're ready to go and put a lid on this one.
Demo's Barbecue as well. Terrific.
Yeah, shout out to Demos. That was pretty tasty. A little bit of pushing here at the end of this one, and a flag thrown on the Searcy Lions.
I don't. You know, I mean, people don't like that play, Andy, but I'm telling you, it's they're allowed to do that.
They are, yeah.
You're allowed to defend victory. You're allowed to defend in victory formation. I mean, you know, it may not be always the best advice, but they get hit with a false start. I thought for a second he might have been hit with an unsportsmanlike, and I was not going to like that at all. So thank goodness.
Yeah, 20 seconds left in the game here.
I was like, no, you can defend yourself. Remember that happened with Peyton Manning.
Absolutely, and with Greg Schiano and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a lot of people didn't like him after that.
Yeah, but you can do that.
Now he'll safely take a knee.
Going the shotgun there. Yep.
Yeah. Clock will tick down. And Jonesboro has come away with a very impressive victory here tonight against conference foe, the Searcy Lions. As 7 seconds left in this one, the final score is going to be 40-17. Jonesboro now 5-3 on the year, 5-1 in conference play. Wait, excuse me. Wait, yeah, that's right. And then Searcy dropping down to a record of 6-2 on the year, and of course they're going to have to finish out their year against Mountain Home and then a road game against Sylvan Hills. So keep an eye on them, and again, all eyes on West Memphis. We're going to try to get you a score at that Jacksonville game here momentarily, but again, the final score 40-17. We will take a quick break, come back and put a bow on this one and send everybody home happy here from Jonesboro. We're back after these messages here on Tubetown, live local from Ritter Communications.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking. Only at First National Bank.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hope, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery. You're going to love
Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call, and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit RitterBusiness.com today.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to RitterCommunications.com.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
And Blake Gwynn back here with you in Jonesboro as the Hurricanes celebrate a 40-17 victory over the Searcy Lions. A big game tonight for JHS and a must-win as far as the playoff picture is concerned. That sets the Golden Hurricane in prime position for that number 2 seed in the state playoffs. And, you know, looking at West Memphis, if they somehow stumble along the way, then the Golden Hurricane have a chance at grabbing a share of that conference title.
Absolutely, and Jonesboro did what they needed to do to be in that position. You know, they struggled right out of the gate in this one, but as soon as they found their footing, they never looked back. When Searcy made a mistake, Jonesboro capitalized on it. And I'm going to tell you something, you know, if this is a year where Jonesboro doesn't go as deep as they want to into the playoffs, they have so much bright, talented potential. They just beat a solid Searcy team going away. And you look at guys like Cross Jumper, and guys like George, that they just, I mean, I'm just telling you, dude, they come together and play so well against a tough team in tough conditions, despite not starting out so well. You know, I'm so impressed with the young talent that this team has. This is a good win for them, a win that they can put a feather in their cap. and move on from this and take this with them for not just the rest of the season, but for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a statement win. I mean, you're talking about, you mentioned those two sophomores, Cross Jumper and Albert George. I mean, think about what this win tonight is going to feel like, as you said, just moving forward. I mean, looking back, this is just a big confidence builder for them is what I'm trying to get to. This is going to be something that they can build off of and get a lot of momentum going towards in the future. I mean, you said it. We've talked about it all night long. Jonesboro is a young football team, and they really came out and just made a statement tonight against an older Searcy Lions football team. I mean, you look up and down the roster for Searcy. I mean, I see a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, and they really just came out and showed out tonight. But you do have to wonder how different the game might have been if they didn't have Tony, if the Searcy Lions had Tony Young for the entirety of the game.
And you do. And Tony Young was really running right over the Jonesboro defense when this game started. And I'll tell you what happened. When he went out, you had Johnson Guthrie that stepped in. He did a great job. You noticed he had that next drive after that. He led them right down the field. But he was literally in there every possession after that. I can't think of a possession until really late in the game where he came out. And he was on pass plays, he was blocking, and he was doing all the rushing. And he got tired. And they also eventually picked up on what they were doing. They could only have one back in the backfield. So that really hurt Searcy. And you're right. This game could have looked a little different with Tony Young playing there. But at the end of the day, there were mistakes made by Searcy. And what you look for with that was that Jonesboro capitalized every single time that they did that. And I'll tell you what, Jonesboro made their own mistakes early. They were able to bounce back and rebound and come out with a great victory here tonight and putting themselves in a great position in the 6A East standings.
No doubt about it. And again, to pass along, West Memphis did defeat Jacksonville tonight, but a close game for them, as we're hearing word that the final score of that one was 3-0 with West Memphis kicking a field goal to win in overtime. So it just goes to show you, like you've talked about all night long.
They are fallible.
Yeah, they're fallible, and the weather can have a big impact moving forward. So you don't know what the next 2 weeks are going to look like, so anything can happen.
You'd like to think it had to have been pouring down rain there or something. That is a bizarre score.
Absolutely.
To me. With a team like West Memphis at Jacksonville, it had to be just pouring down rain. And it had an effect in this game multiple times. But again, West Memphis has shown they are fallible. Jonesboro played them very tough. And one small step, Jonesboro is in a position, if they can do what they're supposed to do the rest of the way out, they're in a position to potentially take a share of the conference title in the event that West Memphis falters.
Again, Jonesboro hits the road to take on Sylvan Hills next week and then finishes out the year at home against the Marion Patriots. Searcy will be at home in Searcy next week to face Mountain Home, and then they hit the road to finish out the year at Sylvan Hills. So again, the final score here tonight in Jonesboro, 40-17, the Golden Hurricane coming up with a win over the Searcy Lions. Big thanks to you guys at home for tuning in to tonight's football game, and of course our sponsors as well, First National Bank and Hubbard and Hoke Furniture. Also a big thanks to all of our crew here tonight, all of our camera operators, and of course the fans here tonight braving the elements, if you will. All of those guys who made tonight possible, and of course all of our production crew down in the truck. Of course our executive producer Marcus Carlton, big thanks to him as well. Again, 40-17 the final score for Blake Gwynn. I'm Andy Maness saying so long. We'll see you next Friday night for another edition of Prep Football here on Tubetown, live, local from Ritter Communications.